Is a special presentation of TNN Motorsports. Every sprint car driver dreams of winning the Amoco Knoxville Nationals and is willing to put it all on the line, in some cases over the line. Thursday night saw 20-year-old Tyler Walker score the A feature. Earlier today, completing Wednesday's rained-out action, Craig Delansky was the man. Tonight, the combat continues live on TNN. An idyllic Iowa farmtown fairgrounds, bringing 160 race teams, 85,000 fans, plus a $600,000 purse, and you've got the 39th running of the Amoco Knoxville Nationals, the biggest ever, the biggest crowd, the best racetrack, the biggest purse. For sprint car fans, this is 4 days and nights of heaven on dirt with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Nothing compares. And where am I exactly? We'll take a look. On the top floor of that building outside of turn number 2, that is the Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Suites, and I am Steve Evans. So glad you can join us for day 3 of the Amoco Pennzoil Knoxville Nationals. Now, of course, we'll be back tomorrow night live right here on TNN at 9 Eastern for the big night with all the money, $100,000 to win. But tonight is really going to be fun. We got a bit of everything. Some heat racing, some main event racing, and some all-important scrambles with the big guys, and they invert all 10 cars. The hot shoes have to come from the back. It's going to be a ton of fun. Even got an international challenge we'll tell you more about in just a bit. But right now, let's go back up top. Here's Ralph Shaheen. He's back with Brad Doty. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm excited.
Hi, Steve. Boy, so are we. Welcome, everybody, to the 39th Annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. You know, on my racing calendar, the word Knoxville is written in big, bold letters and circled a dozen times, Brad, and I know it is for you, too. There is nothing like these 4 days in August here in Iowa. Can you tell me, I know what it's like as a fan, can you tell me what it's like as a driver to come here?
Oh, the adrenaline rush is something like you just can't experience, and you build all year for this event. You're basically focused on the season up to this point. Everything from here on really doesn't matter.
Now, normally we have some racing on Wednesday and Thursday, but what takes place on Friday is you see how they break down the format for Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday, what we're going to see here tonight, Brad, is very important because after Wednesday and Thursday, this is really your last chance to set yourself up for a decent run on Saturday night.
Well, it is. It's all points in every race, including qualifying leading up to this point. Well, the scramble is the fast guys starting the back or the high point guys starting the back, and that reshuffles the deck. How they end up in points at the end of that scramble is how they'll line up the A main for tomorrow night.
Now, Wednesday night was washed out, so we're going to start by taking a look at Thursday night highlights. Let's go to those highlights right now as we start things off with the action from here at Knoxville. This was Heat 1 on Thursday night. Stevie Smith in the black, Ingersoll Rand, number 19. There you see him watching as he goes into turn 1. Brad, he brushes the wall.
Yeah, he gets put in the wall. At this point, he should have stopped and brought out the yellow, rebunched the field up, but he just stood back on the gas and was able to come up through, as we'll see.
Donnie Schatz went on to win Heat number 1, but there is Stevie Smith. The Ingersoll Rand car makes his way through and transfers to the A main. Heat number 3, our first look at Steve Kinser's new Superman colors. You see the multicolored yellow, blue, and red car? There's your first look at it. Here, Steve on the outside gets around Peter Murphy in the 40 car and transfers. Dean Jacobs actually won Heat 3. Heat number 4. Randy Anderson in the 71. Watch this, Brad. Big flip.
That's part of Knoxville. Like we said, you hang it out, you go for it. Got in a little high. That first lap, so important.
Randy was okay. Heat number 5, Tyler Walker. Watch this move. The silver number 35 slips right through the middle of the pack, takes out 4 guys.
Again, the first lap is so important, especially here when you put the fast guys in the back.
Then he goes inside, and Dale Blaney takes the lead with another awesome maneuver, and he would actually hold on to win Heat 5. The A feature, Stevie Smith jumps out with a good start, takes the early lead.
That's into turn 1. You see the field following around a little bit of the track there, slick in the middle, but watch this, down into turn 3. Tyler goes on the outside. Looks like he's going to drive right into crash. Instead, Stevie Smith gets caught up in it as they all bottle up in the middle of the racetrack.
Red Antill, Dean Jacobs, Dale Blaney all involved in that. Tyler Walker ends up going on and takes the win. Now watch this move. Now this is how to celebrate in victory lane. Tyler Walker, the classic move, goes on and takes the win. Let's check in now with Bobby Gerald standing by with Tyler Walker.
And it's hard to believe that this backflipping kid was a rookie here at the Knoxville Nationals just 3 years ago. And now here he is, Tyler. You have a chance to unseat Danny Lasowski for the pole of the Knoxville Nationals tomorrow. Can you believe how fast this has happened?
Well, I couldn't really hear you too well. There was an engine behind us, but yeah, we got to run the scramble tonight, and hopefully we can get out and I hope the car runs as good as it did last night. And I'll just go out there, gas it up. Hopefully I can pass a few cars, get up and start on the front row of the feature tomorrow. And I was so excited last night I lost my voice, but my guys Ricky Warner, Jared, and Justin Adams doing a great job. Airset Racing, K&N Air Filters, everybody makes this possible for me. This might be my last Knoxville Nationals, and we're making it a special one.
Good luck to you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Now, it might be Tyler's last Knoxville Nationals because earlier this week, he signed a multi-year agreement to go Busch Grand National Racing. We'll have more on that throughout the weekend here at Knoxville. Now, standing by with the defending champion is our pit colleague, Dave Reeve.
Well, Bobby Gerald, Tyler Walker may have won that feature, but Danny Lasowski stole the night as far as points goes. This man was quick time, second in his heat, third overall, totaled it up. Hey, how do you feel about that night in the office? You're number one.
Well, it feels real good after being here last year and winning the Amoco Knoxville Nationals in '98. We'd love to come back here and repeat. We got a great race car. I guess it's up to me now.
The scrambles, is there pressure?
Oh, it really is, because we need to pass some cars, get some points to be able to secure a spot on the front row.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight.
Thank you much.
We're heading back to the top.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Best of luck to Danny and Tyler. Let's take a look at Wednesday's highlights, which were actually contested today, this afternoon. Let's take a look at heat number 1 in the daylight. That's Rocky Hodges in the 88 battling with Lance Blevins. Blevins would go on and get this one with a great move on the outside of that orange, number 21.
Yep, Lance black in the orange 21 there, these old colors.
Now we move on to heat number 2. Watch this, Brad. 5 wide at the start. Doesn't work out too well, especially for the driver, the red number 2, Brad Furr.
Again, you got to go for it. It's so important on the first lap here because you have to make everything count.
Mark Kinzer on the inside, the Mopar car. You can see the insignia on the roof. He goes to the inside as the 21B of Bob Bunkill hits the wall. Spurko goes into the wall. Mark goes on. He'll get a transfer. This is Brooke Tatnell battling with Craig Delansky and Hod Shield across the line. Tatnell gets the win. Delansky comes across just in front of Hod. Heat number 3 now. Sammy Swindell in the blue number 1, the Channelon car, battling the 23 of Frankie Kirk. Well, they've gone at it for a long time, haven't they?
Boy, they sure have, and they were really going at swapping back and forth for this heat race.
Both drivers would transfer. Calvin Landis in the white 70 would get the win in heat number 3. On to the 5th heat. Jeff Swindell, the 104 octane boost car, finds a groove. Nobody else could find Brad, and he would get someone with it.
Yeah, at this point, they started laying some rubber down, and Jeff Swindell found it, as he usually does, and drove right through the middle of the racetrack.
In the feature, Craig Delansky in the red Polydome number 7. Beautiful start. Nobody can touch it.
Craig, he's had a pretty bad year, as he'd admit, a lot of crashing, and boy, he just hooked it up here and drove away from him.
Now, your old buddy Jack Hodshield went looking for a groove upstairs, and there was none to be found.
Yeah, he got out of the rubber there, and you see what happened, just slide across the racetrack. Once that big right rear slipped off of it, you just slide across, and there's Craig winning, taking the double checkers.
Craig Delansky ends up taking the win, and we check in with Bobby Gerald.
And Craig Delansky's on a bit of a roll now, guys. He won here last Saturday at Knoxville, and then you get the win earlier this afternoon, and you got to be feeling pretty good about your chances this year.
Yeah, I tell you what, things are heading in the right direction here for us. This Maxim race car has been working really good this weekend, and Kreiner Motor's been running really well, and we're just hoping for the best here for the Polydome team, and hopefully we can keep improving on our position here and get up further in the A-main tomorrow night.
Good job, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Dave Reef is standing by. Let's get back it up to the booth.
All right, Bobby, thank you very much. Well, that is how everything is stacked up coming into tonight's format, so you have a good idea. But all along the way, everybody has been scoring points. So let's take a look now at the point standings. Here is the top 10 in Amoco Knoxville Nationals points, Brad, and that is very important. Danny Lasowski, 1 point over Tyler Walker.
Yeah, 1 point between the top 3 there. That's how close this is.
Sammy Swindell in the top 10. It's all about the points, isn't it?
Yeah, and remember now they invert this for that scramble.
All right, we are going to be coming back to the Amoco Knoxville Nationals in just a minute. Hey, this is the biggest weekend in all of sprint car racing, and we're glad you're with us here on TNN.
with these vehicles and yours. That's the Mopar difference.
He's in the garage.
If you're going to have a garage, have a garage. And if you're going to use an oil, use an oil. Pennzoil with Pure Base, specially formulated for stop-and-go driving. This is a home improvement. Enter the Pennzoil Dream Garage Sweepstakes. Get a free Tim Allen Signature Tools utility knack knife and a chance to win a Celine Mustang or enough cash to build your own dream garage. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Doesn't your buddy love fruit? Everybody loves fruit. Hanging fruit. Chilled fruit. Cool fruit. Everybody loves fruit. Bodies in motion. Bodies at rest. The new cotton boxer collection from Fruit. More fashionable, more comfortable. New print, new styles. The new Fruit. Everybody loves. It's cotton boxers from Fruit of the Loom. Go out and get it.
Rogaine Extra Strength is proven to work for 4 out of 5 men.
I like my chances.
Only Rogaine has extra strength, and it's proven to stop hair loss or regrow hair. Rogaine Extra Strength, proven to work.
Hey there. Now I got something here that's downright fun. My popcorn chicken. Crunchy morsels of tender white meat. It's back for a limited time. Just $1.99. Go Colonel. Go Colonel. At KFC, we do chicken right.
TNN's exclusive live coverage of the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals is brought to you by Pennzoil, formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil. And by Mopar, parts for Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles, and the dealers that sell them. Well, the cars for heat number 5 are off and rolling around the racetrack. Here's a quick look at the grid. Statler, Logan, Berryhill, and Bonini in row 2. Krosky and Solweski, and here's Anderson, Burkle, Patton, and King as we take a look at the 5 rows in heat number 5. And we're set to go green. Oh, big wheelie in the middle of the pack.
That might have been Randy Anderson. I couldn't really tell. He's the one that flipped in our highlights package so bad the other night. Back running again.
That's Anderson up front, I believe there, Brad. Double zero is our leader, Jason Statler. Anderson, I believe, is at the front of the picture there.
That's Berryhill running second.
There's the 66 of Aaron Berryhill out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Trop Arctic car. Nice pass. Takes the lead.
Yeah, Statler just got a little bit high. Looked like coming out of 4. Berryhill was able to drive by. You can see the racetrack right there as cars go to the bottom and the top. There's Jamie Chesson in the 22.
James Chesson, Brad.
Oh, we got car slowed there, Floyd. They just ran up.
Let's check in with the story of the 71A of Dave Reed.
Yeah, you can see it slowing.
Well, guys, earlier you mentioned Randy Anderson involved in that vicious qualifying night accident. It was vicious enough that this 1997 Amoco Knoxville Nationals Rookie of the Year went to the hospital. I saw him earlier today. One sore puppy. So the 71A Randy Anderson pulling in, obviously still feeling the effects a little bit. The doctors did do a CAT scan to check him out. He had a back injury earlier this year, but it was great to see him back in the race car tonight.
Thank you, Dave. This one continues on. Racing heading down the back straightaway. Here comes Aaron Berryhill, who, Brad, over the years, Berryhill has had a lot of ups and downs in his career.
Yeah, he ran some Indy Lights or something a few years ago, got away from sprint cars for a little bit. Now he's back. Yeah, got
serious burns.
Yeah, setting back a little bit. He's on the final lap here, as you see. Good run in the 66 car for Aaron.
Aaron Berryhill, just a couple more corners to go, sliding his way through turns 3 and 4.
See their arms working there as they adjust as the back of the car slides out from under him.
Checkered flag. Berryhill will take the win. The 45 comes home in second. Ricky Logan, and Northern California's Jason Statler out of San Jose, California, one of the regulars on the NARC Tour, comes home in third.
And Jason Statler, they interviewed him earlier. You know, they don't run a lot of these big racetracks in California. Most of them are smaller, so it's a big adjustment for a guy like Jason.
Well, we are underway with the first race of the night. Feels good to get one under your belt, doesn't it, Tony?
It sure does.
Hey, we got plenty more coming your way from the 39th Annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Stay with us.
Make plans now to visit Missouri's #1 attraction, Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World, for the 1999 Fall Hunting Classic, August 19th through the 22nd. Featuring top hunting pros, celebrities, exhibits, and free seminars. While you're here, visit Fantastic Caverns, America's ride-through cave. It's all happening in Ozark Mountain Country's big city, Springfield, Missouri, just 30 minutes from Branson. Call now for your free Springfield travel kit.
We're going to change your mind about coloring your gray with the natural look of Just for Men.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men. No one can tell with Just for Men.
Just for Men penetrates hair deep inside where natural color begins. Simply apply, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men.
Our family vacation started at Pep Boys when we met Larry.
Handsome guy.
Oh, yeah. Told us we could save on every size tire in stock. These were 4 for $99.
You really did see some sights.
And the 70,000-mile tires were 4 for $169.
Wow. So what was the highlight?
Probably the 80,000-mile Futura SEs. Motor Trend says they deliver impressive acceleration and performance. All sizes 4 for $199.
I know where I'm taking the kids this year.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
At Burger King, we're always trying to make have it your way better.
This has been an epic stare down. Now they're bringing in the Whopper. Remember, one look results in disqualification.
Whopper patch.
Until the patch is available, there's only one real cure for a Whopper craving, a mouth-watering Whopper. Flame-broiled to perfection. No wonder it's America's favorite burger. Burger King. When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
We are TNN Motorsports, indeed, and we are live in Knoxville, Iowa for the 39th running of the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. You enjoyed a heat race? Well, now we're going to step up the pace. This is the C-scramble. We talked about at the top of the show where the quicker cars are at the back. The drivers have to work their way through, passing dangerously. Let's go back upstairs to Ralph Shaheen.
Thank you, Steve. And Brad, the C-scramble is a whole different format. Let's take a look at the lineup here. Some big names in this one. Kenny Jacobs and Donnie Gaden in row 1. Travis Whitney, Phil Gressman, who's been doing so great for the Holbrook team. Row 3, Dean Jacobs and John Sternett in the 91 car.
Jacobs in the other Holbrook car.
Pinniger and Moore in row 4. Matt Morrow and Mike Goodman in row 5.
Now again, the high points in this particular race starting on the back. So Kenny Jacobs in the Les and Linda Stewart York excavating car up front. He's got to get out front and just try to hold everybody back.
Let's check in with Bobby Giro.
Interesting for Kenny Jacobs this year, the first time that he has been in really his own car at the Knoxville Nationals. As many of you know, he formerly was driving the 94 car at Tim Hughes, but right before they were ready to go to Florida earlier this year, Tim called and said that it wasn't going to happen. He was putting the 94 car in the garage for good, so Kenny and his family made a family decision to come out with their own race car, and they've got the big Mighty Mouse up there on the top wing for number 6. That, of course, is Kenny's nickname. He's had some good runs here at Knoxville in the past.
Kenny has gone by the nickname of Mouse for years.
Yeah, his dad was always kind of small. He wrestled like 105 pounds when he was a senior, so kind of small. And a new paint scheme for him for the Knoxville Nationals, as a lot of cars have done for this. But
Kenny's
the
paint
Mouse.
is one of those ones that changes, like Jeff Gordon's.
Yeah.
You've seen on the Winston Cup cars. C-scramble is scheduled for 12 laps.
Danny Gaden on the outside, black now. He's always had a red color, so he changed as well.
We're green.
Yeah, they're just looking around, getting a feel. There's Jacobs going to the inside of Gaten.
Gaten's upstairs in the black 27G out of Wisconsin. He'll take the lead, but not for long. Jacobs comes right back on the bottom.
There, I was going to say, if Kenny gets under him, he's got to move up and try to take the line, but Gaten coming right back on the inside, but Jacobs able to hold him off down the back straightaway.
Now Kenny slides down way down towards the bottom red and only brings that about halfway.
He's just searching around right now, trying to find out where that race car wants to run.
Here's your battle for 5th going on back behind these other drivers. One of those is the
That's Dean Jacobs on the inside. In the other Holbrook, the other one, Phil Gressman's the 18. The cars look so much alike.
And it's the 3M, I believe, of Mike Goodman, the white car out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
But Dean Jacobs there got real sideways and spun the tires and lost a lot of ground.
Well, and this is all about momentum here at Knoxville. You lose a little bit of momentum like he just did there, and it's all over for Dean.
Yeah, these big half-mile racetracks, it's all in running the car as straight as you can and being smooth on the steering wheel. If you turn the car a little bit sideways, it just kills your momentum and your speed, and it takes a while to get back going again. On the littler, smaller quarter-mile racetracks, that's pretty common. You can do that. You can slide the car around, in and out, maneuver in and out of traffic, and not lose a lot. But on these high-speed racetracks, it's very critical to just hold the car. As you can see, it's starting to shine up a little bit, Ralph. Getting in the corners, a little bit of black. It's way too early for any rubber to be sticking where the track will get stickier, but boy, it's starting to shine up a little bit.
That is the 18H of Phil Gressman, and now you look at the other Holbrook car, the 8 car, 8D of Dean Jacobs. Let's check in with Dave Reed.
Well, that 8H car just getting passed by the 1995 Nationals Rookie of the Year, Larry Pinniger, who's had a up-and-down season in his own 11L car, but would like to turn it around and maybe move up a little bit in the C-main.
Pinniger on the bottom, the white car searching around. You see the drivers working the front wheels, but in reality, you can steer this almost more with the back end of the car as we take a look at Kenny Jacobs.
Yeah, that's part of sprint car racing. Not so much with the wing as the non-wing cars steer with the back tires, but yeah, when the car gets out from under, you can control it a little bit with whether you're on or off the throttle. Control the wheel spin, keep the car underneath of you. But with the wing car, you want to run the car as straight as you can, and some of them have gone to the bigger nose wings to plant the front tires so they have more control with the front wheels.
Travis Whitney out of Minnesota, the 88M is the car that is running now in second place. The red machine behind Kenny Jacobs. Here's the battle a little bit farther back in the pack.
There's the 2 Holbrook cars. That's Phil Gressman in the left your screen.
Which he's been doing as we go drop back now to the 8D of Dean Jacobs, the other Holbrook car. The one upstairs, the 18H, Gressman, he has done such a wonderful job for Holbrook for Junior in the 360 series, a little bit smaller motored car, winning 3 out of 4 championships for him, 3 years in the car.
Yeah, not a lot of experience in the 410. There's Kenny Jacobs. There's Dean, who got back around Phil Gressman down in 3 and 4.
White flag is out. We're working the last lap here in our C-scramble. Look at this battle going on here with the 2M. Matt Morrow giving a run, but the checkered flag is going to fall for Kenny Jacobs. He is going to take the win. Travis Whitney will come home in second place in the red 88, and Donnie Gayden in the 27G out of Wisconsin will come home in third. So the C-scramble is now in the books. The 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals is off and running. We're very happy to have you with us here on TNN.
We're talking rugged, we're talking fun. You ride the best and the job gets done. Polaris ATVs are made in the USA. We're talking tough.
Buy a new Polaris ATV now and get a Remington rifle or shotgun. Or choose $250 towards Polaris clothing and accessories. See your Polaris dealer for details.
The same passion and dedication that drive our racing programs also drive the way we create parts for high-performance vehicles and high-performing vehicles like yours. Mopar, great parts for great vehicles on the track and in your driveway. That's the Mopar difference.
We are back live at the Knoxville Nationals. We've seen a couple of great races already. And right now, let's go down to Dave Reef in the pits with a man who, believe it or not, just a week ago in a sprint car won $100,000. Tapping for a loan, Reefer.
I may have to with that 6-digit win there, Kevin Gobrick, but you've got bigger things on your mind. It's the Amoco Knoxville Nationals this week. It's your sponsors race, and you're off to a great start. You're 7th overall in points and looking forward to the A-scramble. It's been a great week for you. How you feeling?
Oh, we're feeling pretty good going into this race. Winning that historical big one really helped the whole team out and helped me out personally. Hopefully we can take this 6-figure race home too, but we just hope to get a good run tonight. We'll try a new motor and try another setup and see if we can get better.
And gain some more points, move up. Best of luck. Bobby Gerald?
And we're over here at the Mark Kinzer pit right now. He's actually just climbing out of the Mopar as they're doing a little timing in preparation for the A-scramble later on tonight. And Mark, I know this year's Knoxville's already going better than it did last year when you were in the B main. What do you think overall of your week?
Well, you know, this year's a whole different year. Sitting here working on the car right now. We actually took some timing away from the car. We're putting it back in it now. The track's better. We're ready to go. She's burning fuel right now.
How was the racetrack the other night when you were able to, or earlier this morning, actually, when you were able to get on it?
Well, it's just kind of one groove. That's when we took some horsepower away from the Mopar engine. Like I said, we're putting it back in it now, and she's ready to run. She's burning my eyes.
All right, yeah, she is ready to run. Burning all of our eyes down here, guys.
All right, a couple of guys enjoying a great deal of success already this week, and we're going to come back with some more action, including up on deck will be an international challenge between the Australians and the Americans when we come back to Knoxville Raceway for more of the Amoco Nationals live here on TNN. Don't go away. Call your friends. Tell them to join us.
Often it's the little things in life we take for granted. But as you grow older, there's a silent condition that can put you at risk, even while doing simple activities. It's called osteoporosis, and it causes thinning and weakening of your bones. After menopause, you may have already lost bone mass and not even know it. In fact, up to half of all women over 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis. And for most women, calcium alone will not prevent this disease. But there are medicines that can. Call this number to get information about how you can prevent osteoporosis. Learn about a breakthrough medicine that can help, then discuss it with your doctor. Discover what so many women already know, that it's not too late to prevent osteoporosis. So call now, because there are so many little things in life you'll want to enjoy.
This week on Inside NASCAR, Joe Gibbs sits in focus. Plus, we'll profile Matt Kenseth as he gets set for his Cup Series debut on the next Inside NASCAR. Saturday afternoon at 4 and Sunday mornings at 10, right here on TNN.
You rely on John H. Boger & Son for metered concrete and fuel oil. Now rely on Boger & Son when you have plumbing problems. All work is guaranteed, and we fix any problem, from leaky faucets to pipe replacements, plus free estimates on any repair, new construction, or remodeling job. Call John H. Boger & Son with your plumbing problems today.
John H. Boger & Son. John H. Boger & Son.
Make your TV better. Get connected with Suburban Digital Cable. Now get over 100 channels without a dish, dozens of new channels, and up to 8 premium channels, an on-screen interactive guide, and 29 channels of CD quality music. Call now and get Suburban Digital Cable for as low as $5.95 more a month. Get 8 channels of Suburban's Front Row pay-per-view with half-hour movie start times and new release titles always in stock. Call 800-222-1813 today. More movies, more choices, digital picture and sound. Suburban Digital Cable.
Gotta love that rock and roll, and that's what we're doing right here in Knoxville, Iowa, the Amoco Knoxville Nationals 39th edition. And look at those nails. How attractive is that? Bobby Gerald, Kim, your wife is here. Get her nails like that, man.
Well, you know, we went over and took a look at that the other day, but I don't know if the sprint cars on the nails was something she was just ready for at only her second Knoxville Nationals. But let's talk a little bit about the scrambles. What you just looked at was the C-scrambles. Now, what does all this mean as we get a look at the blackboard with all the numbers written on it? Well, the B main scramble will be coming up, and these guys have qualified and earned points in their qualifying nights. In the scrambles now, you get 20 points. It'll drop by 2, and you get a passing point for each car, guys.
Thank you, Bobby. We're green with the C main. Back straightaway. It's a car that was running in second place.
Yeah, we got
slows because the yellow flag is out in the hands of Doug Clark, the flagman here at the Marion County Fairgrounds. So while they're going to go back under yellow, let's take an opportunity to give you the grid for tonight's 8-lap, 2 to the B main, C main. Butch Barr and Shane Stewart will make up row number 1. Chris Walraven and Travis Freelat in row number 2. Sawalski and Neumeister. Neumeister runs a lot at Attica and KC, Ohio racetracks. Randy Combs and Jeff Slinkard. Gerald Cressman in the 56C. Randy Anderson is scheduled in the 71A in row 5. And Gary Brazier in the 461.
Yeah, that lineup there, the grid we had, 461's not...
Should be Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Jimmy is in the field right now. And we're back to green.
Shane Stewart there with a big lead down the back straightaway.
Here's your fight for third, and boy, a bunch of them having at it back there.
Yeah, as you can see, some of them sliding up out of 4. A little bit of black, as you see, car right there, the maroon car getting real sideways, getting right in that slick part of the racetrack, and it just turned the car sideways.
There's the 25T of Butch Barr, the purple car. Let's check in with Dave Reed.
Well, if you guys see the 12 car leading this race, Shane Stewart, you think, that's not Shane Stewart. I've seen him in an 8H car. I've also seen him in his family-owned car. Well, this is the third machine he is driving this year and right now commanding the C-Main.
Shane, you're one of the new young drivers that's coming along in sprint cars, and boy, he's impressive. Especially for being in different race cars, he adapts quickly, and boy, he's getting that 12 car right around this racetrack.
Let's keep an eye on the battle for fourth now. Remember, that is Barr in the 25T, and there you see the 12 behind that, and it's hard to tell if that's the 12J or the 12X.
The 12X is Stewart that's out front. Ralph, that is the 12. That's Sawalski.
That's the 11, which is Eddie Neumeister, and there's a 12 behind them.
Yeah, see a little smoke.
25 is the one that's smoking. That's Butch Barr in the 25T, the purple car, and then the 12 is running the third car behind them.
Yeah, that's the Sawalski, as I always say it. But Barr away from racing for a long time, and just come back in it last year, I believe.
Let's go back and take a look at the line that our leader is running up. Brad, he is starting to dip that big right rear tire. It's about the size of Texas into the darker colored dirt, what is known as the cushion.
Yeah.
What kind of a sensation will he get out of that?
Well, that's the thing we talked about again, Ralph, the momentum. The track, as you see him taking the white flag there, the track is so big and fast, your momentum wants to slide the car up, so you just let it go up there and have its head. If you're riding a horse, you just let it go and ride around that top. Kind of try to stick that right rear up on there, and then stand on the throttle so it turns and shoots him down the front straightaway for the double checkers.
And the checkered flags fall for Shane Stewart, so he will go on to the B, as will, I believe, the 56 of Chris Walraven. Chris Walraven takes the other transfer spot. Since two drivers will come out of this, they will go on to the B main, Bobby Gerald.
And Ralph, here is Jimmy Carr. We found him. He was scheduled to be in this C main, but Jimmy, what kept you out?
We had a motor that was missing all night long. We were still a hot lap the fastest car here, but it still had a miss in it and never could clean it out. And in the heat race, it burned a piston in it, and we're going to be done for the weekend.
Now, will you go over and help out Lasowski like you did last year?
Yeah, I kind of hang around over there, and he's beating a path through the cars here back and forth. I'll help him out as much as I can.
All right, we'll look forward to talking to you again tomorrow night then.
All right, thank you.
Ralph?
Bobby, that is a horrible situation for Jimmy as a driver, but a fantastic opportunity for Danny Lasowski as a driver, because Jimmy Carr and Danny really mesh well when it comes to working on setup, so that could really help Danny out a lot, Brad.
Yeah, with Jimmy being a driver, he knows what to look for, knows what the car feels like, and wants to get it comfortable for Danny.
Shane Stewart, Chris Walraven going on to the C main, and so are we, and so are you. If you stay tuned to TNN Motorsports, you're home for the Amoco Knoxville Nationals.
Want to color your gray beard or mustache and get a natural look? It's easy with Just for Men Gel.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel. No one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
It's not regular hair coloring. It's specially made to penetrate that coarse, hard-to-color gray. Simply brush in, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Now gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
Took the family to see the 4 for $99 tire deal at Pep Boys.
Lucky you.
Found these 4 for $169.
Wow.
And these babies 4 for $199.
Now that's a vacation.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Hey there. Now I got something here that's downright fun. My popcorn chicken. Crunchy morsels of tender white meat. It's back for a limited time. Just $1.99. Go Colonel. Go Colonel. At KFC, we do chicken right.
Well, Welcome back to the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. How about that view from sky high from our helicopter hovering over the Marion County Fairgrounds? Below you, the best half-mile dirt track in existence on the planet.
I've never seen that view, and it looks like 3 and 4 is a little bit wider than turns 1 and 2. If you notice that, look.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Brad. Look at that. Okay, now that would be...
That's 1 and 2 on the right.
1 and 2 on your right. And the camera's turning around a little bit. And 3 and 4.
Looks a little bit wider, possibly, in 3 and 4. Not a lot, but just a little. What do you think, Dave Reef?
Well, I think Kenny Jacobs is one lucky guy there for picking up that win in that C-scramble. Hey, you had a rough February, but I'll tell you what, greener pastures have come your way, haven't they?
Yeah, they sure have. We put our own team together, and Les and Linda Stewart, they own the motors in the car. They helped me, and the Kreiner engine, the Eagle chassis car feels real good. And I picked up a couple other sponsors, Outerwears and Classic Turning Incorporated, to help me for this deal right here. And I kind of let them down last night, but we're picking it back up tonight.
Well, let's face it, you should be a little higher in this. I've seen you here on the gas all the time. You've had a chance to look at this racetrack. How is it tonight?
Well, the track is really fast right now. They're going to see some really good races these next couple races, and I hope it's just good tomorrow night, and I think we can come from the rear of the B. We can get to the front of this B main, get in the A.
Best of luck to you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Ralph?
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Now, cars out on the racetrack right now are the ones that are going to be warming up for tonight's A and B scramble. You're on board with the 1998 Amoco Knoxville Nationals champion, Danny Lisowski, the winningest driver in the history of this racetrack. Also has more track championships here than anybody else. And we have one other camera for you. This is the Hurricane, Randy Hannigan, the brand new Net Taxi back machine, the driver out of Northern California. With this big new sponsorship, Net Taxi on the web, on the World Wide Web. And they are helping Randy to get back to hopefully a full schedule of Outlaw races.
Isn't that neat? I mean, the connection and what the World of Outlaws have growing to, it's pretty amazing.
All right, Brad, this is a hot lap session. What are you trying to do as a driver as we go on board with Danny Lisowski and the Beef Factors car?
Look at the lights shining off the racetrack. Not so much right here, but if you look down the straightaway, well, we got mudded up there a little bit, but there, you'll see that shine going in the corner.
You got it.
That's real loose. Now, that's moisture, wet stuff on the bottom, then it's loose again. Really demanding on the driver, because right there you go in, if you hit that shiny stuff, man, the car just washes out like you ran over marbles or something.
Now, when you're looking at it from upstairs, it looks very flat, but Brad, it's a good opportunity when we're on board with Danny here to see how high the inside is. Look at the curbing in there, if you will.
Yeah, it's not, you know, a lot of bank to this racetrack, but yeah, you can see it more from that angle than any other.
The yellow is out. We have a slow car, Ed Lynch Jr., who is stopped on the inside of turn number 3, the 2L out of Pennsylvania. Now we're on board the nettaxi.com onboard camera with Randy the Hurricane Hannigan. Now, earlier, our Dave Reef took a look at Net Taxi's new involvement in the Pennzoil World of Outlaws and sprint car racing.
Hey, sprint car fans, are you computer savvy? Then check out the World of Outlaws and Randy Hannigan's new sponsor, www.nettaxi.com. This new online web community will not only get you all over the internet, but it may put a little extra spending money in your pocket as well. 200 lucky entrants here at the Knoxville Nationals will have the opportunity to do that. How? Correctly identify the top 6 finishers from Saturday night's A-Main. You've got some extra spending money. So the next time you're checking up on Randy Hannigan, look for some future promotions as well, and an opportunity to win a lot of money.
Every time I turn on my computer, I need a roll cage and a big wing over my head because I crash on a regular basis. All right, let's check in with Bobby Gerald. You any better at it than I am, Bobby?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just out here doing my thing, trying to worry about sprint cars right now, and there's a ton of them. Here's Slim Jim Osborne. He's the crew chief for Lance Blevins. You guys ended up 5th in points overall. You surprised even yourself this weekend.
Oh, I'm telling you, we've had a great weekend with the PCJoy.com car, and Lance doing a great job. We've struggled through the year, but it seems like we're on an uprise right now for the last month or so, and I think it's because we changed his hair. We made him shave it, and old Dave over there, we made him color his hair. So changed our luck, and we're on the upswing.
Let's see if we can get a look at Lance Blevins' hair as he sits in the cockpit. I tell you what, guys, he went for the super short do. He said he went with no guard, had it all the way down, and believe it or not, that closely cropped haircut is 2 weeks old.
Yeah, that's the scary thing, is that it's 2 weeks old. It's grown out quite a bit since the last time we saw him. And he's happy with it. Lance Blevins going to be driving the PCJoey.com car here shortly. Stay with us, folks. We're coming back to the 39th Annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. TNN bringing it all to you this weekend live from Knoxville.
For these vehicles and yours. That's the Mopar difference.
You're probably wondering how I got this bod. 100 collect calls a day with 1-800-CALL-ATT. It's always the same low rate, so I can do it all day and all night. Come spot me. 1-800-CALL-ATT. I feel good.
For the same low rate every minute, everywhere, dial 1-800-CALL-ATT. No multi-million-dollar contracts. No victory laps. Not even a winner's circle. But if you think these weekend warriors who run the Score Desert Championship Series take anything for granted, think again. Which is exactly why they run with the Duralast battery from AutoZone. A battery so tough, so dependable, we back it with a 2-year free replacement guarantee. The next time you hit the road, don't settle for anything less.
Lately, people have been coming to Wendy's with a lot more than just an appetite. Introducing Wendy's French Onion Chicken Grill. A whole breast filet, bacon, mozzarella, sauteed onions, and a French onion sauce. Wendy's new French Onion Chicken Grill. It gives lunch a delightfully different flavor.
Some people just know how to live.
Try one today.
Get into the zone. Kick Action Friday. Thrill Zone Friday. Turning up the heat. Thrill Zone Friday. So real you can feel it. Thrill Zone Friday. War on wheels. Thrill Zone Friday. Chewing up the competition. Thrill Zone Friday. Adrenaline pumping, bone crunching. Thrill Zone Friday. Action that never stops. The battle you can't miss. Thrill Zone Friday on TNN.
Everybody having a great time, including yours truly, Steve Evans, up here on my deck outside of turn number 2. It is time for the American Challenge, Australia versus the United States. And if you're thinking, well, our U.S. drivers just chew those guys up, you'd be wrong. This is the 6th running. The Aussies have run the last 4 out of 5. We talked to the drivers earlier. The Americans have blood in their eye, and the Aussies are full of those awful Vegemite sandwiches. Yeah.
Well, you know, America's America. We got more people, better roads, better cars. And our football players, they hit each other hard enough where they have to wear helmets. Them Australian guys, they just bump each other and they fall on the ground and hurt themselves. So we're just number 1.
Well, I've seen these girls wearing these helmets and padding, and they carry a football. Our guys run with no padding, no helmets. We're looking forward to this deal. We've had a lot of fun over the years, and the Americans are tough competitors. But I know we've got 2 Highline warriors from Australia, Madsen and myself, that like the Highline. We've got a gutter rat in Jackson, so I guess these Americans are just going to have to run the middle.
Maybe when we get done with him tonight, he'll be just eating Vegemite sandwiches. You know, we're going to be trying to eat some steak. They're going to be eating some Vegemite. So, you know, hopefully the Americans will come through. And, you know, we're starting up front. So we'll just see what we can do with that.
I don't believe that. I think Australian food's a bit better. You just got to be born with Vegemite. It's got to be better than peanut and jelly. But I'm just looking forward to beating them in this little challenge. So it should be a good race.
And all of the participants in this contest have qualified both here and in Victoria Province of Australia. And by the way, if you're ever in Australia and they want you to eat a Vegemite sandwich, run for your life, Ralph. Run.
Yeah. Well, there's the dudes, guys, that were here last year with their horned helmets. They have a lot of fun out here. You went to Australia for the first time this year, Brad. Did you do the Vegemite sandwich?
Peter Murphy sent me some beforehand, and I tried very little of it, and but I did get to see the race, the challenge down there, and it's going to be neat to see these guys go battle here.
Here's your lineup for tonight's American-Australian Challenge. that's got to be Phil Gressman's 18H.
Yep, see that wild.
They're not in the right lineup the way we're going to have them in the race. But Gressman slid in there, so we'll say hello to Phil.
He's the first one up there. He thinks maybe he's going to win this thing by doing that. I don't know.
Looks like Danny Smith sitting back there in the 92, the white car, with the American paint scheme on it.
Danny has gone to Australia something like 18 years in a row now.
You know, this is his 21st Knoxville Nationals.
Unbelievable.
Only missed one. He was hurt back in 1982. It's the only time he's missed Knoxville in his career.
That's Skip Jackson in the 55, and then Joey Saldana on the outside. Skip Jackson is a track champion here for the last 3 years in a row as well. He lives here in Knoxville 6 months out of the year, in Australia the other 6.
We're supposed to have Randy Hannigan in the net taxi car. Should be in, there he is right there in the one car. He'll be on the front row for the Americans. Brooke Tatnell, the 7K from Australia, will line up alongside him. Row 2 is going to have Danny Smith, the American, alongside of Phil Gressman in the 18H American. Skip Jackson from Australia, the 55, alongside of his Australian mate Brent Antill in the 2K. Kerry Madsen in the Australian will be in car number 2A, and Joey Saldana will round out the field in the 17. Okay, let's check in with Dave Reed.
And I'm checking in with Donnie Schatz, who finished 4th a year ago and is off to another good run so far. Donnie, 4th in points. You're in the A-scramble. But I'll tell you what, I saw a little frown on that face when you left last night. You weren't too happy.
Well, we had a winning race car there. You know, we just didn't need that red flag. You know, I'm real lucky to make it through that accident. I still don't know how we did it, but you know, I'm real proud of this whole Parker Store crew for giving me a great race car this week. And, you know, I just couldn't run the race car real hard last night. If I did, I got the thing in the fence. So we just kind of lagged back and run second and let Tyler win the thing. So just we're lucky to be 4th in points, and hopefully we get a good scramble race tonight.
Doug Clark, you saw him on the flag stand. I said Brent Antill was from Australia. It'd be Iowa, Australia, right?
Yeah, Iowa, Australia. Yeah, this is the Kelly Associates World Challenge, paying $5,000 to win for these 10 laps. I mean, there's a lot of money up for this thing.
There you get a good look at the front row. It looks like we were missing one of the cars, so things have shifted around a little bit. I didn't see Brooke Tatnell's car out there.
Yeah, he's on the outside. You're right there on the outside,
I guess
front row.
Out there. Okay. We're on with the green. Hannigan's going to lead him into the corner. Tatnell right behind him. Gressman slides into 3rd. Danny Smith will move up into 4th in the 92.
Again, the first couple laps so important because it's such a short race of only 10 laps. But Hannigan stretched out a nice lead already. Is there Saldana on the bottom? Getting a hold of that moisture. He drives up under Skip Jackson.
There's Saldana in the 17 on the bottom, and Skip Jackson in the 55 brings up the backside, and Brent Antill in the white number 2 slides right in the middle of them.
Saldana was down there. You had to run that race in Australia to qualify for this event tonight. You had to be there that weekend.
Gressman upstairs in the 18H, and that's Danny Smith on the bottom in his 21st Amoco Knoxville National. Boy, there's close racing.
Yeah, Gressman, again, this not a lot of 410 experience, but a race car is a race car, and he's got a crew chief, his brother, that knows how to set that race car up. Boy, they're battling it out.
Saldana right behind them as we go back on board with your leader, Randy Hannigan, in the new net taxi paint scheme.
There you can see him driving on the bottom, getting that moisture, that brown dirt you see is moisture. That shiny stuff is slick. That's like hitting marbles or ice. Right there. Right there, the left front bouncing through the holes, flexing his arms. That's where you can see their elbows moving back and forth. They're just working the car, trying to keep it on the bottom, working that steering wheel.
Bobby Gerald.
Let's give you an update, guys, on Kerry Madsen, the driver of car number 2A. Kerry got into the wall earlier today in heat race action, flipped his car. They had to totally rebuild a race car in the pit area here at Knoxville just to be ready for the Australian-American Challenge. So hats off to Kerry Madsen and crew in car number 2A. And just as we're saying that now, he's got a problem in his slowing, and it looks like his Australian-American Challenge is done.
He is done, Bobby. And away he goes as the racing continues with Randy Hannigan in the 1T, the net taxi car, up front as we go back on board with him.
There again, you see him still hugging that bottom, trying to get that moisture working, keeping the left rear tire on that moisture, so when he plants the throttle, it drives him up off the corner.
See how quickly you go from one end to the other on those straightaways.
Doesn't take long.
This is a wide open racetrack. If you've never been here, it is a big half mile. No need to lift here for the quarter, Dave Reed.
Earlier, Ralph, you heard Steve Evans say there's only been one winner of this Australian American Challenge from the United States. That's Danny Smith. He won't win tonight, but it looks like the Pride of the Americas may come back to our side of the pond as Randy Hannigan continues to lead.
And when Danny Smith won this, it was on a point system from down there and here.
Danny Smith just getting passed by Skip Jackson as the white flag is out, but not for much longer as they're awaiting the arrival of the 1T as he's about to come around the corner and take the checkered flag. There it is. Randy the Hurricane Hannigan has brought back the trophy to America.
And almost lapped Gressman there in front of him in 10 laps, so that car really working well.
Well, that's a nice thing to do for your sponsor on their first trip to the Amoco Knoxville Nationals, huh? Doug Clark waves the double checkers. And when we come back to the Marion County Fairgrounds in Knoxville, Iowa, we will have an opportunity to talk to the winner of this race. Randy Hannigan will be live with us here on TNN, so we bring you more live coverage from the Amoco Knoxville Nationals.
Get to Sears National Auto Sale for amazing deals on tires, wheels, batteries, and more, no matter what you drive. Right now, all Bridgestone tires are on sale, every size in stock and special order. Plus, the Response RST Touring 2000 is as low as $29.99. That's our best-selling touring tire at the lowest price of the season. So make tracks to the National Auto Sale at Sears, your smart stop for tires and batteries.
I've won my share of races, but I didn't do it alone. It takes a great team, and Slick 50 is a part of my team. I'm one of the millions of people who rely on it.
Now there's Slick 50 Synchron Synthetic Engine Treatment with a 100,000-mile limited warranty and pour and drive convenience.
It's hard to beat Slick 50. I count on that.
Slick 50 Synchron Synthetic, the next generation of engine treatments.
And for peak performance, use Slick 50 Synchron Synthetic Fuel System Treatment.
Want temporary relief from athlete's foot itch? Use this. Want the cure? Use this. FungaCure Gel, the powerful antifungal medicine in a vanishing gel. It's quick drying and non-greasy. Get FungaCure Gel, the cure for athlete's foot.
Over the years, my tastes have matured. Now I prefer more refined things, like this new home-style rigatoni. Beef, spices, Romano cheese. Mom, you want some?
No, I'm not hungry. New homestyle pastas from Chef Boyardee.
Hey guys, when did you see the light?
On our last fishing trip, it just flashed over me. Stay at Motel 6. Hey, I'm no fool. Saved big bucks and slept like a baby.
Yeah, like a big old snoring baby.
Well, call us and see the light for yourself.
It's 2 nights of World of Outlaws Racing on TNN.
A beautiful live shot here on TNN Motorsports at the Fairgrounds here in Knoxville, Iowa, the home of the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. I thought it was at the Olympics with the crowd chanting, USA, USA. And apparently it all paid off because when you look at the results, for only the second time in this series, an American is on top. Randy Hannigan, followed by Brooke Tacknell, Joey Saldana, Skip Jackson, who's won the last 3, and Danny Smith. Bobby Gerald?
And the reign of the Australians is over in the Australian American Challenge. It is an American, Randy Hannigan, who will take home the big money. And Randy, your car was hooked up and flying in that race.
Yeah, it was. You know, I got to thank my crew. They did a miraculous torsion bar change there as these guys were lining up, and it got the nettaxi.com, Terry Hannigan sprint car up front, and you know, starting up front definitely helped, but I thought we had a really good race car tonight. I could run around there wide open, and you know, I hate to say it, you know, I got a little worried there towards the end. You know, I looked down and my water temperature was up a little bit, so I kind of pedaled a little bit, and I coming up them lap cars, I didn't know if anybody was challenging me too, but you know, but I got to thank my crew and nettaxi.com coming aboard, helping this effort, and it's a great effort.
Go get some steak.
We're gonna go get some steak. These guys can eat some Vegemite.
There you go, Dave Reap.
Well, I'm over with Paul McMahon. First of all, Paul, why don't you shave sometime, huh? Anyway, moving on. B-scramble, you got a chance to get some points back here and have a good Knoxville Nationals. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, we had kind of a bad day today. We didn't make it through our heat race, but we came back, won the B. Kind of one-lane deal. We didn't pass a lot of cars there in the main event, and we ended up 16th, so we ended up 22nd in points. We got to run the B-scramble, so we can make a little money tonight, hopefully, and earn some points to move up. I can only move up one more spot, but I'd like to start on the inside road tomorrow.
Injury earlier in the year. How's the body feeling now sometime after that?
Body's in good shape. I finally got out and got on the golf course and swung the clubs for a few days, and I didn't have no pain there, and in the race car I haven't had no pain in the car. I just can't sleep on my right side yet, but it's getting better, and hopefully I can get the shoulders up, the elbows up, and the hammer down, and get her up the front in the scramble and make it to the A main tomorrow night.
Well, if that don't work, he can always play golf, Ralph Shaheen. That's good news.
Dave, the good news is this is just the first of 2 nights of coverage from the Amoco Knoxville Nationals for TNN Motorsports. We're right back here tomorrow night for Sprint Car Racing's biggest event, the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. See all the action starting at 9 Eastern and Pacific right here on TNN Motorsports. Ah, yes, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Just one of the big things to see and do when you hit the town of Knoxville. Stay with us.
Our family vacation started at Pep Boys when we met Larry.
Handsome guy.
Oh, yeah. Told us we could save on every size tire in stock. These were 4 for $99.
You really did see some sights.
And the 70,000-mile tires were 4 for $169.
Wow. So what was the highlight?
Probably the 80,000-mile Futura SEs. Motor Trend says they deliver impressive acceleration and performance. All sizes 4 for $199.
I know where I'm taking the kids this year.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Premium cut lumber.
Quality wood products with fewer gouges and knots, less bark, warping, and twisting. Other lumber doesn't stack up. Premium cut. Quality wood products. Only at the Home Depot.
It's flying time and crying time with the good guys and the bad. It's a smash up, crash up, best time you ever had. TNN, TNN, TNN Friday night.
Hey, when's the new shipment coming in? Any minute now.
Engel Ritzinger Auto Group. We go overboard to serve you.
People come to us at H.A. Boyd Volkswagen for the experience. There's no pressure and no hassle.
Barry and I sold more new Volkswagens last year than any other individuals in the state, and we had the highest customer satisfaction rating.
We have the lowest prices anywhere, and we have no hidden charges. In fact, we give you many free extras when you purchase a car from us.
For a wonderful buying experience, come to A.J. Boyd Volkswagen of Lebanon.
We are back on a rather chilly night here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. I never thought I'd say that in August here in Iowa, but last evening, well, it was very warm and fuzzy. The feeling here at the Sprint Car Hall of Fame when our pal, Mr. Brad Doty, was honored as the Media Member of the Year in all of sprint car reporting. Print TV, it didn't matter. Mr. Doty right there was voted the Media Award of the Year. And having won that award a few years ago myself, I know how special it is and how richly it is deserved for that man, even more so than it ever was for me. Brad, as you look at this, what goes through your mind? This was something very special to you.
Very special. I mean, the sprint car poll, I have to thank everybody that voted. Thanking Ralph for putting up with me to get to be up here and do this job. It's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy being part of it.
Well, Brad, we're all thrilled for you. The second year in a row for you. Congratulations.
Second year in a row. Thank you very much.
It's awesome.
Appreciate
Brad Doty winning another award. How many can you get?
As many as I can get.
Just like a race car driver. Always
That's right. Always wanting another one.
All right, the cars are on the racetrack warming up. Let's check in with Bobby Gerald.
Well, you get a look right now at Dale Blaney, who is qualified tonight for the inside front row of the feature event. But I think more importantly, you're probably looking ahead to tomorrow night and that C main filling in that last half of the field.
Well, no, not really. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of looking ahead a little bit, but I gotta get through tonight, and we didn't do that well last night. We had a bad night, so I'd rather not be running tonight, but or maybe an A-scramble or a B-scramble, but we got to run, and hopefully we can learn some things and get a little better.
Your car was destroyed in that accident. Had to put together a new one. Is everything standard fare here on the new car?
Yeah. Heat race was pretty good, so we learned a few things, but yeah, hopefully we can get going good in the A and learn a couple more things for tomorrow night.
So Dale Blaney concentrating on tonight, and then he'll get a chance to think about tomorrow. Dave?
Well, Bobby, I'm down with Billy Boat, IRL star, currently sitting 7th in points right now, driving for A.J. Foyt. You started in looking at an old photo of Billy Boat right now, back in the open wheel days. I'll bet this is something you really miss, and it's kind of great to come here to Knoxville and watch it.
Oh, it's great. You know, this is a great show. Knoxville Nationals are always a big show that I always look forward to coming and running, and this is where the best come if you're in sprint car racing.
How did your Knoxville Nationals go? Tell me about them.
Well, I never had real good luck here. I think we had trouble in the B main both times. I mean, when you're running the C or the B here, it's like any A feature you go to anywhere else. So, but we did go to Des Moines at the Fairground the day after Nationals one year and win there. So, all in all, it wasn't too bad, but it's great to be here.
Well, wish you the best of luck the rest of the IRL season.
All right, thank you.
Let's go back upstairs.
Let's take a look at the lineup for our next event. As the cars are warming up out on the racetrack, this will be your Vibrant B main. Blake Robertson and Brian Grimes, Tim Kading, Brent Son, Jamie Moyle in row 2, Bob Burkle, Tony Lutar as we hurry up through the grid here, Rockhold Robertson, Carter McCroskey, Keene and Jared Hall in the 51, Moffin, Mock, King, Langard, Reichert, Schleelman. As we're about set to go, we're underway. Green, Chris Wallringer will bring up the last spot.
Boys, you see the first 5 or 6 cars go right to the bottom trying to get a hold of that moisture. Oh, a couple guys look like they're getting together. Saw some sparks off the wheels there. They banged.
Standing out a little bit more through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Robertson getting his momentum up there, going up to the top now that he's up to speed.
Ryan Robertson is the yellow car. That's the 15R. He is your leader. You're looking there at the 14 of Jamie Moyle, the 4, I should say, of Jamie Moyle. And the 10, that would be Tim Kading, son of legendary Northern California driver Brent Kading, who did not make the trip east this year. Way farther back in the field, the black with the orange stripes, number 51, that is Jared Hall. So we watch this battle in the middle of the pack.
Again, fighting all over the racetrack. Some up on that cushion, some in the bottom, and a few trying the middle, but boy, there's just not a lot there. Don't get a car slow. He's getting in the pits, going to get off the track. Then you can see that brown down the front.
Jimmy Carter, I think.
There's Blake Robertson, way out front. Again, riding in on that cushion, you can see the shine a little bit of the racetrack, and then you see those dull brown spots through the middle. That's moisture.
Ryan Grimes is in the 6 car behind him. He runs in 2nd place. Moyle holds on to 3rd. Kading back in 4th, and it's the 21B of Bob Burkle that runs in the 5th position. 2 completely different lines by our top 2 drivers here, with Robertson upstairs and Grimes on the bottom.
And, you heard Hannigan say that he was running wide open. Boy, the way the track's getting, they're not going to be able to run wide open now. Look at this. We've got a battle for the lead.
Grimes coming on strong, Brad. Maybe the bottom groove starting to work for him, or the top groove going away for Robertson, one way or the other.
Robertson fights back on the outside. Maybe Robertson just kind of up there biding his time, making sure he didn't put it in the wall or something, because now when Grimes got under him, it looks like he's going to... Well, there's Grimes fighting right back on the inside again.
And they're going to have slower traffic in front of them, and that's greatly going to come into play, and it works to Robertson's favor now as he is able to get a break up top.
Yeah, you can't run wide open on a track like this. If you drive in there wide open real hard, slam the car down, it just really shakes it loose and slides up across that slick part of the racetrack.
That was Bill McCroskey's 1X that they put a lap down. And now Robertson really has lengthened the lead as he comes to work on the 9M of Michael Schleelman.
Well, again, with no radios in these cars tonight and no mirrors, when you're leading a race, you just get out there and you try to be comfortable. You don't want to take any unnecessary chances. You just ride as fast as you think you need to go. Got a yellow car upside down right here in the middle of turn 2.
Yep.
There's the belly pan.
You get a good look at what's underneath these race cars, and not much.
Easy way to work on the... Need to oil pan or anything underneath.
We see the driver moving around trying to climb out, and it's tough to do that when you're on your side.
It is. With the belt, when you're laying upside down, all the belts, you're hanging by the belts, and it's kind of hard to get the latch loose, and you better have a hold of something when you do. You'll fall down out of there.
There are top 2 cars that come to a rest, Robertson and Grimes. Robertson's 15 and Grimes in the black and blue number 6.
Gary Stanton and I used to change the bearings in the engine like that. Lay the race car right over on a right rear tire. you could stand there, pull the oil pump off, and slide some new bearings in the engine and go back racing.
Won't take too many guys to pick her back up. It's Jared Halt's 51.
Jared having one of the nicest looking rigs out here. It's a black rig with a great big huge blue spider web on it. It really catches your eye.
He used to have a really cool skull helmet. I said, hey, Jared, where's your skull helmet? He goes, man, I just didn't have time to get it done, but I can't believe I'm racing without it. I'm going to have to get that painted back up and bring it back out. We're waiting for it, Jared. Stay with us, folks. We're coming right back to the Amoco Knoxville Nationals.
Rhonda Drury started working at Jiffy Lube 6 years ago. Today, she's a regional manager. She'll tell you that signature service is more than just an oil change. Wherever you live, you'll find experienced people just like Rhonda at your neighborhood Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. Our name is on the line, and we offer Pennzoil.
He's in the garage.
Hey! If you're going to have a garage, have a garage. And if you're going to use an oil, use an oil. Pennzoil with Pure Base, specially formulated for stop-and-go driving. This is a home improvement. Enter the Pennzoil Dream Garage Sweepstakes. Get a free Tim Allen Signature Tools utility knack knife and a chance to win a Celine Mustang or enough cash to build your own dream garage. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
We're talking rugged. We're talking fun. You ride the best and the job gets done. Polaris ATVs are made in the USA. We're talking tough.
Buy a new Polaris ATV now and get a Remington rifle or shotgun. Or choose $250 towards Polaris clothing and accessories. See your Polaris dealer for details.
Good morning. Ow. Who said that? Hey, right up here, next to this poor neglected jug of orange juice.
You're a leftover ham sandwich.
That's correct, and don't you realize that the American Cancer Society says foods like Florida orange juice may help in the fight against cancer?
The American Cancer Society says that? How do you know all this?
What else am I going to do? I sit up here and I read the labels. You know, the light goes on, the light goes off. That's pretty much my day.
100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough?
We're back live at the Amoco Knoxville National. A little break in the action here with a yellow flag. And you know, no less than the late Howard Cosell once said that men who drive race cars are superb athletes. And right now we want you to meet the most superb athlete that ever drove a sprint car. In fact, he's an 11-time Knoxville Nationals winner. And Steve Kinzer, why are you not on the racetrack tonight? Maybe you could explain that to the folks at home.
Well, I wasn't fast enough, that's why.
No excuses.
We just qualified bad and ran a little bad last night. We ended up, I think, 12th or so in points, and tonight they got the top 10 scramble, so they're going to scramble that out, and I'll be tucked in behind them for tomorrow night's main.
But the last time you won this race in '95, I think you started like 14th on the grid and pulled it off. You can do that.
I think those days are about over with, but if we get going good, we should be able to get up there and get a decent finish.
Okay, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night when we see that Quaker State car out on the racetrack. And Steve, by the way, is also a member of the famous Superman team. You see it up on the wing? Along with guys like Joe Amato and John Force and Jeff Gordon, all part of the Action Products promotion called Superman. From DC Comics, Rob Shaheen.
Pretty wild-looking paint scheme, didn't you think, Brad?
Yeah, I was kind of curious what it cost to paint that. I mean, that's pretty elaborate. That's a beautiful-looking paint job.
There is Blake Robertson, our leader here in our Vibrant B main. And Brian Grimes, number 6, continues to run in second place. When we go back to green, Jamie Moyle will be listed in 3rd, and the 10T of Tim Kading will be listed in 4th position.
Again, Robertson and Kading, Northern California drivers, not used to running big, fast half miles like this.
Bobby Gerald?
Let's just give you guys a quick update on Jared Hull, the guy that tipped over in turn number 2. We spoke with him very quickly. He says that he is A-okay. He said the car just got loose, and he ended up getting on his side. He said it was an easy tip over as those things go, and they're hoping that the damage wasn't very bad at all, and they'll be able to get back out into the fight here, but that remains to be seen.
All right, Bobby, thanks. In talking about the guys from Northern California, one of the things they talk about when they come here is the California twitch. They're so used to running on short tracks, that they twitch because they only go down the straightaways for a short period of time. They twitch their arms because they're going into the corners. And then when they come to the big track here, for Robertson and Kading, it's very difficult for them to adjust to staying on the gas for so long.
Well, that twitch on little racetracks, you literally give a little flick of the steering wheel to get the left rear corner of the car down, to get the air to push down on the car and to help turn the car into the corner. On these big half miles, that's the worst thing you can do. You don't want the left rear to get down and get the car loose. You run it in a real straight with the right front. It takes a lot of nerve to do that.
Bobby Gerald?
Well, if there's one thing that Tim Kading, the driver of the 10T, has, it is nerve. He was recently voted one of the 40 most exciting drivers in the 40-year history of the Northern Auto Racing Club, and he's only been with that club for about a year and a half. Last year he won the Chico Championship. That's a tight quarter mile where you run about 21 inches of stagger. It's his first time ever here at Knoxville on these big, long straightaways, and I tell you what, when he came out of the car after hot laps his first time out here on the half mile, his eyes were about as wide as they could possibly be.
Well, with a last name like Kading, there's no doubt you're going to win a few exciting awards. Hey, we've got more ASA action later this month right here on TNN Motorsports. They'll be at the Milwaukee Mile for an important stop on the road to the AC Ducko Challenge Series points title. See the Time Warner Cable 200 Sunday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, right here on TNN Motorsports, the ASA cars in the big, flat, 1-mile Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah, back to that half-mile thing, Ralph. I mean, it's so hard to get adjust to that and learn to run hard lap after lap at these speeds. I mean, and we've talked about it before. That's what separates the World of Outlaws from most of the guys. They run so many different types of racetracks all over the country. Big, heavy half miles, big, slick half miles, little tight quarter miles. They learn to adjust pretty quickly.
And different kinds of dirt.
Right.
Red clay, sand, thick black dirt like we have here, all sorts of different combinations.
Different abrasions, different tire compounds and things like that. They can read the track, get the car set up, and they know how to drive it usually a little bit better.
Now, as we get set for the restart, you will see an orange cone on the front straightaway. You are not allowed to pass the car in front of you until you have passed the orange cone. And Blake Robertson, our leader in the 15R, is the man that will set the pace as we come off the turn 4 to Doug Clark's green flag.
And if you bump that orange cone, you automatically go to the tail.
And if you jump too soon, Doug Clark will send you right to the tail. Here's the orange cone. Keep an eye on it. Here we go. We're back to green in the vibrant B main.
And the cone made it through.
Oh, and Kading with a big move to take over second place. Tim Kading quick on the gas, the man who is fifth in the NARC points right now behind his dad, runs in second place.
Might have noticed a little bit of moisture coming off the top of the wing, a little dense air tonight. At these speeds, you'll see like a vortex or an airstream coming off the top of these wings.
Manny Rockhold has moved way up too as well in the 02 car as Moyle moves back out of the top 4. So give the 4th position out to the number 2 of Manny Rockhold, the 02. There you see him upstairs, and Grimes slipping backwards, Brad, in the 6th.
Yeah, he just, whether his setup's going away or what, yeah, he's stuck on that bottom down there, and you can see the white flag there. Oh boy, he got sideways, but he's going to make the pass coming out of turn 2.
Only 2 will transfer, so right now the Northern California kids who are supposed to struggle on these big half miles look like they might be moving on. It is going to go to Robertson, who's going to take the win. The battle behind him is a good one, but Tim Kading, the other Northern California regular, is going to pick up the victory.
Well, these guys adapted pretty quickly, didn't they? For the big half mile. Good for them.
There is our winner right there, Blake Robertson, in the yellow number 15. So to come back here and try to adjust to learning a new place like this, Bobby Gerald, I'd say the boys from back home in Northern Cal did pretty good.
They did a very fine job, and Jack Hodenshield knows a thing or two about those tracks back there, and it is a big difference, Jack. We've been talking a little bit about some of these young drivers trying to go from the small tracks out in California to these big tracks out here, and you know it's a big difference.
Yeah, it really is. Knoxville's a big, fast track, and it's got big, wide corners, so it's tough to get around here a lot of times.
You're getting ready here for the B-scramble and this wild thing, number 22. How's your weekend been going so far?
Well, since we got to Knoxville here, we've been a little slow in the heat race and qualifying, so we're hoping to pick it up here in the B main.
All right, and we'll wish you good luck. Let's take a look at this wide shot of this number 22, the Wild Thing for Eldon Racing. Man, it's a pretty looking car. It is spectacular looking. And Jack, his pocket's a little fatter, Dave Reef, after picking up $50,000 from a guy you're about to talk to.
Exactly. Promoter and race car driver Terry McCarl, who was in Guy Forbrook's familiar number 5 car. Haven't heard Guy's name in a long time. Terry wheeling that car this year, doing a great job. In fact, Terry, after a year that was, well, bad, this year's real good. You guys have turned around. It's got to feel great.
Well, the credit's got to go to Guy Forbrook and Jackpot Junction Work in America for putting me in a good car, and that makes a big difference.
You got to earn some money back, though. You gave away 50 grand the other night.
Yeah, we gave away 50 grand. I'm glad Jack Conshaw won it. He's a good friend of mine, but hopefully we can pick up 100 grand this weekend.
Starting outside the third row, getting ready here for the B-scramble.
Well, Terry McCarl will put on his head sock and strap on those 5-point harnesses and be set to go racing. Look at the huge crowd having a big time here on a Friday night at the Marion County Fairgrounds. Can you believe that's a crowd at a half-mile dirt track? Unbelievable. There are your results from the B main. The B-scramble is coming up when TNN Motorsports brings you back live to the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Don't you dare go away.
The same passion and dedication that drive our racing programs also drive the way we create parts for high-performance vehicles and high-performing vehicles like yours. Mopar, great parts for great vehicles on the track and in your driveway. That's the Mopar difference.
You're probably wondering how I got this bod. 100 collect calls a day with 1-800-CALL-ATT. It's always the same low rate, so I can do it all day and all night. Come spot me. 1-800-CALL-ATT. I feel good.
For the same low rate every minute, everywhere, dial 1-800-CALL-ATT.
A little drop of water. What could it do to your car's finish? Plenty. Unless you use Rain-X Ultra Wax. With the same super water-repelling action you get in Rain-X for windshields, it's easy to use. It makes water bead right up and roll right off, so it can't magnify the sun's harmful UV rays or form those nasty water spots. So use new Rain-X Ultra Wax. Nothing sticks but the shine.
Qui?
Je suis un homme qui a des besoins.
D'amour.
Non, d'Owen.
Qui est-elle?
La créatrice d'un poulet grillé avec des oignons.
Qui?
Elle prend le meilleur morceau du poulet, le fait griller, puis tue avec du bacon, mozzarella, des oignons sautés, et tout arrosé d'une sauce française. Je ne peux pas lui résister.
Guy, c'est pas étonnant que tu sois amoureux.
Wendy's new French onion chicken grill, the only one like it in the world.
Somehow, we all speak the same language.
Get into the zone. Kick Action Friday.
Will Zone Friday.
Turning up the heat.
Will Zone Friday.
So real you can feel it.
Will Zone Friday.
War on wheels.
Will Zone Friday.
Chewing up the competition.
Will Zone Friday.
Adrenaline pumping, bone crunching.
Will Zone Friday.
Action that never stops. The battle you can't miss. Thrill Zone Friday on TNN.
Ah, yes, the ambiance, the fun that is the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. The racing happens under the lights. The fun goes on day and night. There's drivers to meet and get autographs. They're happy to do it. And my tickets are better than your tickets, but for $50 you could step up. Everywhere you go, you got to have a program. You can't fill the players without your program. Get your program right here. Get your program. T-shirts, hundreds of different designs, and fans come prepared to buy from their favorite drivers. Look at the graphics. Hotter than ever. 1999 at Knoxville. They are indeed cooking. And here, ooh, look at these lovely golden brown chickens. And there's also some golden girls to be seen here at Knoxville. We're happy to sign the poster. This is Miss Motorsports. Delightful to see you. Delightful to be seen, as a matter of fact. It is just an experience. Ralph Shaheen, I would recommend to any motorsports fan. It's just the best.
Steve, there is no place in the world like this facility at the Marion County Fairgrounds. First three things I did when I got here, Bobby Gerald, I got my program, my event T-shirt, and a pork sandwich from across the street.
Oh, you betcha. You got to get the pork sandwich. Tim Kadings, it's his first Knoxville Nationals as a racer. Right now he's getting advice from the defending champion from last year, Danny Lasowski. And Tim, nice run there in the C-main. What's the dude telling you?
He just giving me a little bit of advice where to run. We're going good. The Tri-C, Scott Duke McMillan, number 10 car is running great. We're having a little bit of an oil leak, and hopefully we'll fix it and go out and do good in the feature.
All right, catch your breath.
Thank you.
Ralph? Tim Kading's got 3 NARC wins this year and 1 win at Skagit as we take a look at the starting grid for our B-scramble, which is rolling around, quickly getting set to go to green. Paulus and Tatnall in Road 1, Lynch and Kemenaugh in Road 2, Landis and Terry McCarl and Guy Forbrick's number 5 in Road 3. Danny Wood and the Wild Child, Jack Hodenshield in Road 4, Paul McMahon from Northern California, and Jeff Swindell from Memphis, Tennessee, right alongside in 104 Octane Boost car. What a good field, Brad. Now these guys, as they get set to go to green in a scramble, fighting for where they will start tomorrow night's B-main, which you'll see live here on TNN.
Yeah, it's all based on points. It's not finishes in this particular B-main like the last B-mains we've seen.
Danny Wood way off the pace of the 21D as we go 3 wide. The 70s, Calvin Landis. That's Hodgenshield's 22 slowing way back. And the multicolored 2 on the bottom is Ed Lynch's 2 out. Boy, is he flying. And we're yellow because Wood's 21D did not make it all the way off the racetrack. We told you he was slowing down as they went to green. The Norman, Oklahoma driver in the 21D did not get all the way off the track, Brad, and that is why we are slowing down.
Yeah, hard to tell what happened at this point.
Danny is currently second in the ASCS points. He's got 3 wins. One, in fact, was right here. He almost won the 360 Nationals right here, but he crashed at the very last bit. So
yeah, the ASCS is a 360 series, so again, putting the 410 in for the Knoxville Nationals. And it feels a little different with that much more horsepower.
Dave Reed?
Ralph, earlier you heard me talk to Terry McCarl about having a bad year last year. How bad was it? Well, he didn't win a single solitary race here at the Knoxville Raceway. This year, though, with Guy Forbrick spinning the wrenches, 6 times this car's been in the winner's circle. In fact, Terry McCarl, with just 2 weekly points nights left here at Knoxville, in line for a Knoxville championship.
No surprise to be in the line for Knoxville Championship when Guy Forbrick is behind the controls of your race car as far as the tuning of the machine goes. Guy was a huge part of all the championships that Danny Lasowski won.
Yeah, many, many championships. And, of course, Guy wrenched with Jack Hodenshield for a couple years in World of Outlaws and back here trying to win another championship.
Bobby Gerald, what do you got for us?
Well, Jeff Swindell in the 104 Plus car, which is sitting by its lonesome right now in row number 5 of the B-scramble. They are utilizing a brand new motor combination this week. They have a Chevrolet Gertie under the hood. That saves them about 65 pounds on the block from the Ford that they normally run. It also happens to be a brand new J&J chassis for Jeff and his crew chief Robert Hubbard. So they're out here kind of experimenting a little bit this week, even though it is the biggest race of the year. They felt like they had to do something to be competitive. They have done it, and we will see what happens.
Well, 65 pounds, I mean, that might as well be a ton. I mean, these guys trying to knock ounces off these race cars, and some felt like the horsepower wasn't there either. So you give up a little bit of horsepower and 65 pounds of weight, you're in trouble.
They are so strict on this weight consciousness. Sid Waterman told me they've knocked almost another pound off their fuel pumps. They're down to just under 3 pounds for a fuel pump. We're green. Will lead him into turn number 1. Brooke Tatnall in the 7 car gives chase to the green and gold, number 28. Tatnall to the bottom now, the Kelly machine. Ed Lynch on the bottom, back in about 3rd. Polish utilizing the new nose scoop design, Brad, that we saw Carl Kinzer debut on Mark Kinzer's car. There is Ed Lynch in the 2L, one of the best out of Pennsylvania.
Trying to force that air into the injectors of those types of hood. There's Hodenshield in the new paint scheme 22.
Running right behind him, and then it's the 15 car of Chad Kemenaugh out of Fremont, Ohio, that runs behind another Ohio native, Jack Hodenshield. Now Ed Lynch comes inside of Paulus to challenge for the position. That is a fight for second, and give it to Ed Lynch.
Chad Kemenaugh in front, running up front in the main the other night, had steering problems. Oh, Ed! going to cost him big time. I mean, he lost the momentum, as you can see the cars driving around him.
2 positions lost by Ed Lynch, and there goes the momentum out the window.
Yeah, these cars, I mean, it's easy. Once you get that far around, these cars have no clutches, so it's not like you can stab the clutch and stop the car.
It looked like Paulus got right up along the wall, Brad, and give the position now to Jack Hochschild, but can he hold on?
Yeah, yes. Got the line where it's going in. Staying right tight around the bottom, trying to get a hold of that moisture. There's Terry McCarl in Fordbrook's car.
Terry McCarl now sits in fourth in the Jackpot Junction machine. And here comes Jeff Swindell racing his way up in the 104-octane boost car. It looks like Ed Lynch still can't find the rhythm again.
Real trouble there. Real loose in the loose stuff and too tight in the heavy part of the racetrack.
You see the brakes glowing on the inside of the left rear of Jeff Swindell's car. Why would the brakes be glowing on the track where you're not getting on the brakes, I thought?
Well, because it's slick. That's what I said earlier when Hennigan said you run wide open. Well, it's starting to slick up now. You can't run wide open. What they'll actually do, though, they'll actually sometimes just ease off the throttle a bit and ride the brakes going in the corner, and that's what gets the brakes so hot.
Brooke Tatnell continues to lead, Bobby Gerald.
Yes, he does, and check out the paint job on Brooke Tatnell's car tonight. It's the first time they've done this. Half of the car on one side, the left side, is painted up like the Australian flag, as Brooke, of course, is from Sydney, Australia, but his crew chief is from America, so the other side of the car is painted up with the American flag on it. That's what Brooke Tatnell's got going, and right now, he is looking pretty strong, boys, out in front.
And a battle going on behind him. This is for 6th. That's Calvin Landis, the ACM 70 upstairs. Ed Lynch in the 2L. Maybe Ed's finding a little bit of the rhythm again now. Brad, it seems to be working on the bottom.
Yeah, just trying to stick that car right there, right tight around the bottom.
Now he's slow.
He just broke. Another thing back when that Brooke Tatnell, Roger Johnson, the Kelly and Associates, who sponsors that car, is an American, sponsors the Kelly World Challenge that we saw. So he's got an Australian driver with a American sponsorship.
There is Tatnell. Memphis, Tennessee listed its home now. White flag is out from Doug Clark.
Look at that shine going into turn 1. See that shine up on the racetrack? That is so slick. Boy, you get in that and it just turns the car sideways.
Remember, this is how they will start tomorrow night's B-main. So Jack Hochschild will be right up there with him. This is a fight for 4th. The 104 car back in 5th. That is Swindell. Checker flags go to Tatnell. He'll take the win. Hochschild comes in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to McCarl as we watch the fight for 4th coming to the line. Give it to Brian Paulus. And 5th will go to Jeff Swindell.
Okay, now it's up to the scorers to figure out their points and reshuffle it to figure out who starts in the front row for the B-main tomorrow night.
Landis was 6th. Paul McMahon was 7th. And Chad Kemenoff came on behind him at 8th. All right, so there's your B-main lineup for tomorrow night, Brad. Start making notes. Get ready. Tatnell, Hochschild, McCarl, Paulus, Swindell. Well, we're not even done with tonight. Stay with us.
Get to Sears National Auto Sale for amazing deals on tires, wheels, batteries, and more, no matter what you drive. Right now, all Bridgestone tires are on sale, every size in stock and special order. Plus, the Response RST Touring 2000 is as low as $29.99. That's our best-selling touring tire at the lowest price of the season. So make tracks to the National Auto Sale at Sears, your smart stop for tires and batteries.
We're talking rugged, we're talking fun. You ride the best and the job gets done. Polaris ATVs are made in the USA. We're talking tough.
Buy a new Polaris ATV now and get a Remington rifle or shotgun. Or choose $250 towards Polaris clothing and accessories. See your Polaris dealer for details.
Our family vacation started at Pep Boys when we met Larry.
Handsome guy.
Oh, yeah. Told us we could save on every size tire in stock. These were 4 for $99.
You really did see some sights.
And the 70,000-mile tires were 4 for $169.
Wow. So what was the highlight?
Probably the 80,000-mile Futura SEs. Motor Trend says they deliver impressive acceleration and performance. All sizes 4 for $199.
I know where I'm taking the kids this year.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burton with an exciting message for NASCAR fans. Buy any Exide NASCAR Select product and get a Motorola pager free. It's a great way to enter the Exide NASCAR Select 99 sweepstakes. Every month you'll be paged with another chance to win cool prizes. You could even win $50,000 and be an honorary member of the Exide Racing Team pit crew for the first race of the next century. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Holy, man, I gotta find a phone.
Welcome back to a beautiful overhead view of the Marion County Fairgrounds, the biggest, most beautiful half mile in the world, the Amoco Knoxville Nationals, the first of 2 nights of live coverage from TNN Motorsports, the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. One of the guys that'll be looking to get on the gas is with Dave Reed.
And that guy is James Chesson, one half of the Chesson Connection. PJ locked solidly in tomorrow night's A. Obviously, your first trip here to Knoxville hasn't gone as well. How's it been?
Well, yesterday I got gathered up in the B, and, that's kind of tough luck. I mean, the guy, it was just a pure mistake. The bottom was greasy, gathered me up, and I don't know, I'm trying to battle up through now and see what I can do for tomorrow.
Front row of the A, though, you're on the outside. Is that the place to be, do you think?
I think, yeah, right now the track's pretty good, it seems, and it seems like they've been spraying the moisture up on the top a little bit, so I think I'll be okay.
Best of luck to you.
Aaron Berryhill will be starting 5th in tonight's A main event. And, Aaron, you know that you've got to at least hold that position.
Yeah, we've had a real rough start here at the Nationals. And, this is a long way to coming back to try and get in the big show. But we're trying our best and never quitting. So,
how's this 66 car? First year for you in this car at the Nationals.
We've had great success so far this season. We ran into a few problems qualifying night and also today. But... we'll just try and do our best and get it up front because I need to get in the show.
Aaron Berryhill looking to be in tomorrow night's race, Ralph.
All right, Bobby. Coming up Labor Day on TNN, it's not just a drag race, it's the big go. It's the U.S. Nationals. Don't miss drag racing's biggest race with 3 hours of coverage from Indianapolis Raceway Park. It's all part of TNN's 18 hours of bull. Labor Day right here on TNN. Hey, don't go away. We're just getting into the A main and the A-scramble here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals.
For these vehicles and yours. That's the Mopar difference.
Hey there. Now I got something here that's downright fun. My popcorn chicken. Crunchy morsel of tender white meat. It's back for a limited time. Just $1.99. Go Colonel. Go Colonel. At KFC, we do chicken right.
When did you folks see the light?
On a trip to my sister's, I said, why waste money when we can stay at Motel 6, didn't I, hon? Now see what happens when you listen. It's like that fear he had of cauliflower wouldn't go near the produce section.
Call us and see the light for yourself.
This week on Inside NASCAR, Joe Gibbs sits in focus. Plus, we'll profile Matt Kenseth as he gets set for his Cup Series debut on the next Inside NASCAR. Saturday afternoon at 4 and Sunday mornings at 10, right here on TNN.
You saw the crowds. If you passed, you have a second chance. Heiligmeyer's legendary 6 hours of 21% off on Tuesday is being continued through the weekend. That's right, all furniture is still tagged through this weekend. 21% off every room, every piece, even our best name brands. You still have a chance if you hurry. 21% off on all furniture through this weekend, and that makes this sale a legend. How hot dog lovers. Win 2 tickets to a Penn State game. C-Pack for details. Kessler's Nittany Lion Franks, officially licensed by Penn State University.
Cody, you cheater. Huntsfield said you didn't play well with others.
Just get out of my way. Just get out. You better.
You know what? Good thing you weren't this slow in a race car.
Yeah, I heard about you in a race car.
Welcome back to Knoxville. Listen, Sega's coming out with the new Dreamcast. We got one here already. These aren't even going to be on the market till September 9th, and Doty's cheating already with his. TNN, remember we had the hardcore 4x4 game? Well, we've taken it a whole nother step on the extreme level. We've got TNN's news Hardcore Heat coming out on September 9th. It's going to debut right along with Sega's Dreamcast. It's going to be awesome. This game is spectacular if Doty can just figure out what he's doing. Hey, Doty, what's the key?
Drive a sprint car one time, you think you're a master.
What's the key when you're doing this, Doty?
Wide open. Just run wide open.
Elbows up, Doty. That's the key.
Okay,
elbows up. Dave Reef, you any good at this?
I am not. That's why I stand down here in the pits and get a chance to talk to Travis Cram, who is well on his way to a great points total and possibly an A-main start, but you find yourself here on Friday, and that's not good. What happened?
Just one of those freak deals in the heat race. The bolts that hold the fuel pump onto the back of the motor plate stripped out, and the motor, or the fuel pump, come off its drive and stalled the motor out on us.
Long story short, he's got a long way to go, but the sun has already shone on this family. Joanne Cram, the 1999 Nationals queen.
And we're down here with Sammy Swindell, who we'll see shortly in the A-scramble. And it's been a long wait tonight, hasn't it, Sammy?
It's been a pretty long couple days, from qualifying on Wednesday night to not running until Friday here this morning, and coming back here running again to this last race tonight. So it's been an awful long day, and a couple long weeks with a couple of races that we've had with the rain and everything. It's made it a pretty big challenge.
How's the Channel Lock car performing for you?
Well, the Channel Lock car seems to be doing pretty well. We would like to have had a spot or two better in our race today, but wasn't much we could do about that. And we're close in the points, but we're starting on the front of the scramble, and hopefully it'll mess things up a little bit, and we'll move up a couple rows.
All right, we'll wish you good luck in the scramble.
Okay, thanks.
Ralph?
All right, Bobby, thanks a lot. We are going to be coming right back to the Amoco Knoxville Nationals here in just a few minutes to get you lined up for the A-main and the A-scramble, which will be setting up the rest of tomorrow night's program, which we'll have live for you on TNN. Stay with us. We'll be coming right back.
Our family vacation started at Pep Boys when we met Larry.
Handsome guy.
Oh, yeah. Told us we could save on every size tire in stock. These were 4 for $99.
You really did see some sights.
And the 70,000-mile tires were 4 for $169.
Wow. So what was the highlight?
Probably the 80,000-mile Futura SEs. Motor Trend says they deliver impressive acceleration and performance. All sizes 4 for $199.
I know where I'm taking the kids this year.
Pep Boys. Cars like us.
People love us.
We need a driver. We've heard a lot about you. You any good? Get in.
The reasons to buy a Eureka Whirlwind over other bagless cyclonic vacuums keep on stacking up. Fact 1. Tests show the Whirlwind picks up more dirt than any other bagless cyclonic upright. Fact 2. Filtration studies show the Whirlwind's true HEPA seal system makes it America's best filtering upright, too. Fact 3. Since the Eureka Whirlwind costs less to buy than other cyclonic or bagless uprights, the savings stack up as well. But there's one fact that stacks the odds clearly in Eureka's favor. Introducing the world's first and only self-propelled bagless cyclonic with single-handed control for effortless cleaning in forward and reverse. It's got the power to rise above the rest. Buy the Whirlwind Self-Propel now and get the Eureka Handback, a $39.99 value, absolutely free. Order the Whirlwind Self-Propel for 8 easy payments of $34.99. Call the toll-free number on your screen now and discover the ease of self-propelled bagless cleaning. Eureka, your headquarters for cyclonic bagless cleaning.
Well, you don't have to tell this crowd of about 30,000. There's only 2 races left on the card tonight, the A feature and the A scramble. Let me put tonight and tomorrow night into perspective for you, okay? Prize money tonight, $72,000. That's a lot of money. Tomorrow night, the prize money is $427,000 total, with $100,000 to the winner of the A feature. Who's that going to be? Be sure to tune in live here on TNN, 9 Eastern and Pacific time. Right now, up to the booth for one of the A races. Ralphie?
All right, Steve, thanks a lot. This is the A-main. Now, Brad, this helps set up the back end of tomorrow night's program.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, this is the A-main tonight, but yeah, the top 10 in this go to the back of the C-main for tomorrow night. So the winner of this could still has a long way to go tomorrow night.
Here's a look at the lineup. Dale Blaney and James Chestnut make row 1. Kenny Hansen and Brad Furr in row 2. Aaron Berriel in the Trop Arctic car and Cal Hertzson in row 3. Tim Monson and Mike Rinke in row 4. Mark Toes and Ricky Logan in the 5th row, and Larry Neighbors and Kevin Fry in the 6th position rows. Don Trout and Rocky Hodges in the 88. Jason Statler and Jeff Tristan and Travis Cram, and IRA's best Joe Rowe in the 9th row. Kerry Madsen, Dwayne Bonini Jr., Blake Robertson, and Tim Kading, who just made their way out of the B-main.
A long way for those guys in the back, that's for sure. It's been done here at the Nationals. Generally on the Saturday night show, you know, somebody coming out of the B and the C, but those guys can do it from back there. The yellows have to fall at the right time.
Since this is the A-main for the night, the field forming up in the traditional Pennzoil World of Outlaws 4 abreast to salute the fans here in the grandstands of the Marion County Fairgrounds tonight. Wait till they do that tomorrow night before the start of the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals, when the 24 drivers that have made their way out of the field of 160 come by in the 4 wide. Bobby, just thinking about it gives me chills when we look ahead towards tomorrow night.
Well, that's what this whole day Knoxville Nationals, and this is the opportunity for these guys right now to fill up those last 10 positions. Now, one of those drivers is a young man by the name of Brad Furr behind the wheel of car number 2F. He's a former micro midget racer that did that for about 3 years. Started in the sprint cars with an old Randy Hannigan car, and that was a few years ago, but just this summer, he went on a tear in 360 racing, winning 5 races in a row in Oregon. That was only about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He, like a lot of the California drivers, however, doesn't have a lot of experience out here in the Midwest, so we'll see what he can do.
And you can see Brad's all pumped up, tapping the side panel and giving a thumbs up to the guys. He's ready to go racing.
Probably got one of his crew members standing down there going to try to give him signals and stuff, and he's just letting him know, yep, I see you. We're going to go to the front of this thing.
So the field forming up as they work their way down and around out of turn number 2. Dale Blaney on the front row, James Chesson alongside. Now, James had a real serious wreck earlier this year. His vision still isn't perfect, Brad. He says he has good peripheral vision. That's really what you need the most of.
Yeah, so you can see a car coming up beside you. He's a little trouble seeing straight ahead out of one eye, but the other one will make up for that. He's got to worry about cars beside him, and so that shouldn't be a problem.
Kenny Hansen and Brad Furr will make up the second row as Dale Blaney paces the field to the green flag for the A-main. 20 laps. Blaney went upstairs, got a good run off at turn 2, but James Chesson comes charging back in a big flip down the back straightaway. Big flip down the back straightaway, and the engine finally stalls on the car as it comes to a rest.
Boy, that was I've said it before, ground pounder. Man, that was a hard one.
Look at the front axles ripped right off the car, Brad. The thumbs up from the crew is an indication that Larry Neighbors, the driver of the 29N, is probably going to be okay, and that they see him moving around in the cockpit. Here he comes, crawling out from underneath the car. Larry Neighbors is all right.
Boy, and that was a violent one, Ralph. That was a very violent flip. About one of the, as violent as you can get in a sprint car. Look in there, it kind of rattles you there for a little bit. Takes you a little bit to get your bearings straight. Somebody will be holding up fingers here in a minute, having him count probably. How many fingers do you see? Things like that. Yeah, there's the light. They're going to check his pupils.
Watch the replay on this and the height that Larry Neighbors' number 29N gets. The yellow car right up here at the front of the screen.
Man, oh man, right there you think, oh no.
Look at that. Complete flip.
There's the one that hurts right there.
On the nose.
Yep, nose or the tail, but boy, just that hit, your belts tighten up. That was hard. Really lucky that with the roll cage facing traffic the way it did, everybody did a great job of going by. Look there, the car was tipped up on the back when that car just cleared it.
You saw the wheels still turning.
Yeah, little fire out of the headers there.
Out of the headers.
Yeah, he was still on the throttle at that point.
Let's check in with Bobby Gerald.
Jeff Swindell and I and his crew chief Robert Hubbard all just got a look at that one. That was a doozy, Jeff.
Well, I couldn't quite hear you there. Sammy's warming the motor up, but, you know, hey, the 104 Plus car's been doing real good this weekend. We put a brand new Gertie in there for qualifying. We didn't quite have it tuned right. It's less than a tenth from 15th to 5th where we ended up qualifying, and that cost us pretty bad on the points. We come up through started 8th in the heat, won it, and started 13th, I think, in the feature day run 13th. With the way the track was today with the rubber down as one lane, it was just almost impossible to make up any more ground. I mean, we moved up 9 cars in the points from the heat race, but, you know, hey, we'll just have to tough it out. We'll start on the pole to be tomorrow night. Robert tried some different stuff there in the scramble a while ago, and it was kind of hard to drive, but we still worked our way up to 5th, so we're going to go back to what we had in earlier today.
All right, and Ralph, as you well know, Jeff Swindell, 2 times a runner-up here at the Knoxville Nationals. He'd like nothing more than to take home the big $100,000 check tomorrow.
Absolutely, Bobby. Well, we've talked about how there's the sweet taste of victory when you can win here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. We've also talked about how this big half mile can swallow you up in a hurry. And when she spits you back out, there is not a whole lot left of your race car, as Larry Neighbors just found out. Stay with us.
They're the kind of folks who take pride in taking care of their car, who'd rather take the time, save the money by doing a job themselves. In other words, they're the kind of people who turn to AutoZone every week. And while they come to us for the quality parts or the everyday low price, sometimes they come just for the advice. And that's okay, because at AutoZone, giving people what they need is what we're all about.
Rogaine Extra Strength is proven to work for 4 out of 5 men.
I like my chances.
Only Rogaine has extra strength, and it's proven to stop hair loss or regrow hair. Rogaine Extra Strength, proven to work.
Hey there. Now I got something here that's downright fun. My popcorn chicken. Crunchy morsels of tender white meat. It's back for a limited time. Just $1.99. Go Colonel. Go Colonel. At KFC, we do chicken right.
This week on NASCAR Garage, we go behind the scenes and under the hood to meet one of NASCAR's hottest crew chiefs, Jimmy Makar, plus the Goodies Dash Series, a performance report on air filters, a visit with NASCAR inspectors, and more. It's an insider's look at the people, the machines, and the tracks that make NASCAR racing the greatest sport in America.
NASCAR Garage, this weekend on the leader for motorsports coverage, TNN Motorsports.
We are under a red flag condition here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals as Larry Neighbors has taken a violent ride down the back straightaway. He is okay, but there's a lot of work to be done to clean up the backstretch area, get Larry's torn up race car on the hook and away, and it's going to take a long time before they're able to get another race car underneath him. Let's check in with Bobby Gerald.
Yeah, Ralph, that'll give us a chance to chat with the 95 Knoxville track champion, Johnny Herrera, who's had not the best of Knoxville Nationals so far. Been through 2 motors already?
Well, yeah, the qualifying night there, we lost 1 hot lap in there, and, you know, today we got here racing and got in the heat race there, and got to the front, and about the last 4 laps of the heat race there, dropped the valve off and broke another motor. So so far it ain't been the best weekend, but, you know, we got ourselves in the feature, and we got, you know, in a position to go to the front, and it's going to be tough to win from back there, but I know we can get our car close and we can get to the front.
I guess we were talking early about that you had your favorite motor in there. How much does it hurt you now that you can't run that one?
Well, you know, it comes back down to qualifying, and then, you know, when you have that motor, we lost the first lap, was probably the best one we had for the weekend, and we hurt that thing, so we had to put another one in for qualifying, and them 2 laps are the most important of the whole weekend. So we lost the second motor, so this other motor is probably just as good as the second one. I think it'll race just fine. You know, we'll get our car nice, we'll go to the front and get the 1BK car to the front.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Dave Reed?
Well, Bobby, good news from the pits. I'm standing with Larry Neighbors back from that vicious ride. How you feeling?
I feel okay. You know, a little bit dizzy and a little bit blurry, but I'll be all right.
Can you tell me what happened back there? Things happen fast.
Yeah, you know, we kind of had to start towards the back. We've had motor problems all week, so you just, you know, you get a little too aggressive. 2 of us went for the same hole. There was a slower car in front of us, and we just kind of come together, and I got the bad end of the deal. It's just racing.
Race car's awful tore up. How's the body? Where are you hurting?
Oh, just, you know, kind of blurry vision, a little bit of a headache, but that's it.
You'll be back another day.
Yes.
Good news over here in the pits. Larry Neighbors out walking around, shaking off a very violent accident.
Brad, you know, when you watch it in fast motion, it happens so fast. Is it that fast inside the car, or does the world slow down as you're flipping through?
No, it's usually that fast, but I mean, that was a long way, and it you know, lasted for a long time, but you get so disoriented, you really don't know if you're up or down, and when you feel the belts tighten up, you know you're pretty much upside down. But when the car's in the air like his was, you don't know if you're on the ground or still in the air, so you wait to feel another impact, and then once that last impact, you set a little bit, you realize you're on the ground. Just hope nobody hits you and you clear yourself enough to get out of the race car. As he said, it's some cobwebs and things, and you bang your head around pretty hard, and it can make you a little dizzy for a day or two.
Well, there's no doubt Larry Neighbors was standing on the gas as he was going for it, and they're going to be standing on the throttles heavy and hard tomorrow night, as we're right back here tomorrow night at the Marion County Fairgrounds for sprint car racing's biggest event, the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals, the $100,000 payday. See all the action starting at 9 Eastern and Pacific right here on TNN Motorsports, the home of the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Make sure you tune in to see it all live. We'll be right back.
For these vehicles and yours. That's the Mopar difference.
He's in the garage.
Hey! If you're going to have a garage, have a garage. And if you're going to use an oil, use an oil. Pennzoil with Pure Base. Specially formulated for stop-and-go driving. This is a home improvement. Enter the Pennzoil Dream Garage Sweepstakes. Get a free Tim Allen Signature Tools utility knack knife and a chance to win a Celine Mustang or enough cash to build your own dream garage. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Hey, open up. Open up.
What?
You're almost out of orange juice.
Okay, fine. Don't have a heart attack.
An ironic choice of words. You know, heart disease is just as big a health risk for women as it is for men.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, stuff like orange juice is good for your heart. And it contains the antioxidant vitamin C.
Okay, fine. I'll get some more. Just chill out.
Chill out. Refrigerator humor. I like that. Am I right?
100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough?
There's nothing like the way I feel after a good night's sleep. That's why I love my Tylenol PM. For me, there's just no reason to have trouble sleeping. I take Tylenol PM before bed. It stops my pain and helps me sleep. So I'm ready for another great day.
Why wait till you get a blister to do something about it? Blister-proof your feet with Band-Aid brand blister block cushions. They hug your foot like a second skin, stopping blisters before they stop you. Band-Aid brand blister block cushions.
Here tonight live at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals, your race caller is Ralph Shaheen, a total professional. And recently Ralph decided he could maybe improve his performance if he had the driver's perspective. So he took his personal coach and valet, Danny Lasowski, down to Smiley Sitton's outstanding sprint car school in Ennis, Texas. Now, Danny won't tell you this, Ralph, but he told me you did pretty darn good.
He was lying to you, I'm sure. No, Danny never says anything positive.
Is that fear I see in those eyes?
That is not fear. That is the biggest thrill of my entire life. That's Smiley sitting on the left there, and Smiley has an absolutely fantastic school down there in Ennis, Texas, at I-85 Speedway. And TNN brought a few of the journalists down to get a taste of sprint car racing, the 750 horsepower, 1,200-pound cars. In fact, the red one you see there behind us, that is an old Stevie Smith, Al Hamilton, number 77. And they also have a Gary Wright car down there.
But looking at that picture, they need to call you Smiley, I think. I think it's the new Smiley, Ralph Shaheen.
You know, folks, I'll tell you, I've growing up in Northern California as a huge sprint car fan all my life, I have always admired what these men can do and women can do behind the wheel of these sprint cars, but I didn't know just how awesome it was. I knew it'd be great. I didn't know how great until I buried my foot in it, and it is just amazing.
Just firing a sprint car will give you a run.
Oh, absolutely. We're green. And these guys driving right now are having the biggest thrill of their lives. They're burying their feet into 800 horsepower and spinning around. I didn't do that.
You got to go fast to spin out, though.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Dale Blaney, he spun. And we've seen Dale Blaney do some amazing things behind the wheel of the sprint car. I can't believe you do me that way and say that.
But you got to go fast enough to spin out.
Even Lasowski was nice and talking to Steve, and you got to come hammer me like that, Doug.
I'm really glad you got a chance to do that, Ralph. I really am. That's something a lot of people should experience as we get a replay here.
James Chesson right behind Dale Blaney.
Does he get a little help from James possibly, or
maybe on the inside? Yeah, you know.
Nope. He just got up, bounced the car in the air, and when it came down, it just turned him around. And everybody does a great job missing him here.
You know, Brad, we saw on the onboard camera earlier with Danny Lasowski and with Randy Hannigan, we saw how high it is on the inside there. And when you get inside there and you just catch that a little bit, it's going to send you around.
Yeah, it's a big, as you can see the four-wheeler going up over it. It just shows how high it is right there. So, yeah, you hit that and it just upsets the race car. Too bad to save it.
All right, Bobby Gerald, I know you won't say anything bad about me.
Of course not, Ralph, my good buddy from Sacramento. Here's Joey Saldana, and guys, he ended up having the fastest qualifying time of everyone here at the Nationals, but you made a chassis change right before the biggest race of the year. What was behind that?
Well, we just, John Godfrey was Stealth, and my dad had a long relationship, probably 6 years, and we just decided it was time to make a change with Jerry Russell on Eagle Chassis, so we made a change, and out of the last 6 races, we've had fast time 5 times and won the first night out. So hopefully we can keep it going for Jerry.
What'd you learn in the Australian-American Challenge?
Well, I mean, we drew a bad number, and Randy Hannigan's pretty tough off the front row. So we were just, trying to figure it out for the scramble and not tear it up, because tomorrow's the big race, and that's what you're here for. And we're just trying to do a good job for Steve Mock's Trucking and all the guys that support us.
Good luck to you, Joey.
Thank you very much.
Dave Reeve?
I'm by with Frankie Kerr, getting ready to go in the A-scramble. You've had a very busy day, having to run this morning and now again tonight, but it's been a very good Nationals for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We ran Wednesday and qualified 8th, and then it got rained out, and we ran the whole program this morning, and we run second. It's good for us, and we're 9th in points, locked in the A, and we get to run the scramble today and start on the front row.
Wish you the best.
Oh, I need it. Thank you.
They're talking about this schedule. I mean, it's 4 days. These guys have a 16-hour drive after this weekend to be in Montana on Tuesday. Then they go up to Washington to the Hyperloop race that Fred Brown showed house up there on Thursday. It's a 360 event. World of Outlaws run Friday and Saturday. I mean, these guys are going to be in Washington next weekend. They work so hard. It's unbelievable. A couple hours sleep at night, and that's about it.
Life on the road with the Outlaws.
Oh, it's incredible. I was talking to some fans today. I mean, we're wore out trying to watch these guys, and the crews are doing this on a couple hours sleep a night.
About ready to get back at it is our pole sitter now. Dale Blaney goes to the back of the field, making his night even tougher as we go green.
Huge mistake for Dale. I mean, boy, as a driver, when you make a mistake like that, you have to go the tail from the back. It's just, it's devastating.
There he is charging through the field, just in front of Dwayne Bonini now.
You've got to try to shake it off, though. I know right now he's so mad at himself. He's got to try to shake it off and focus on what he has to do.
Former standout on the basketball court, played in the CBA, and even tried out in the Los Angeles Lakers.
There he was trying out the middle of the racetrack a little bit, and
it's got a nice Tim Kading there at the 10 car.
Boy, nice run off the bottom, drove by Tim. But Tim comes back battling backward in the bottom. But like I said, man, when you do something like that, I mean, it's so devastating.
Battle for second building here. That's James Chesson's 22, the green and silver car. And the 2F is Brad Furr, the red machine.
Well, it proved to me with James Chesson eye injury we talked about earlier. When Dale Blaney spun, James maneuvered around him, saved it. I mean, his eyesight at that point looked like there's not a thing wrong.
This is the battle for second that we're watching. The leader is the 4H of Kenny Hansen, who is out front. There you see Kenny. Chesson now locks into second. Berryhill runs in fourth as we check back in with Dale Blaney, who was supposed to start in the front. Had the problem and is all the way to the back now. Working his way up through he's about a third of the way there, Brad.
Yeah, still a long way to go. He's going to have to get some yellows at the right time, but right now he's moving forward. He's got his momentum going around the top, and as long as he can keep picking them off like this, he probably doesn't want to see a yellow.
This is scheduled for 20 laps. The average speeds around here, as you take a look at our leader in the 4H, Kenny Hansen, about the 15 to 16 second laps around this half mile, so even 20 laps can go by. Quite the hurry, Bobby.
James Chesson in car number 22. It is worth repeating, as we've got a smoker on the front straightaway pretty big time right now. It's worth repeating that Sammy Swindell spent a lot of time started working with both James and PJ Chesson earlier in the year in Florida. They actually hired him to come out as a crew chief for their cars at the beginning of the year, and that has helped carry them all the way through the season. They learned an awful lot from Sammy Swindell, who is not only a great driver, but also a master mechanic.
Dale Blaney, the car that was smoking, his night is done. Furr in front of James Chesson now, takes over second place.
We got the yellow out.
And we got a car spun sideways, the 72 of Dwayne Bonini, the Vermeer car, over in turn number 1 on the outside.
Yeah, as a driver, Dale Blaney probably isn't feeling quite so bad now, thinking, well, if I'd have been leading it, it would have blew up and I wouldn't have finished anyway, so not too bad a deal.
Dwayne Bonini came up through the ranks of motocross racing out in Northern California. Now he's a big-time sprint car driver. We'll be right back to Knoxville.
Guess what's on TV Friday night?
It ain't that stuff you've been watching. It's Friday Night Action on TNN. You won't need your remote control.
TNN Friday night.
Every day, people ask me how to lose weight. There's really no secret. You gotta eat right and eat less. That's why I recommend Dexatrim. Just one Dexatrim curbs your appetite all day, so you eat less and lose weight. I lost 8 pounds. Dexatrim, proven to help you lose weight.
When arthritis pain hurts, you want relief fast. But pills can have side effects. Rubs can have odor. Aspercream's different. Rubbing in Aspercream relieves minor arthritis pain fast. No side effects, no odor. Aspercream, pain relief without aspirin.
Get into the zone. Kick Action Friday.
Thrill Zone Friday.
Turning up the heat.
Thrill Zone Friday.
So real you can feel it.
Thrill Zone Friday.
War on wheels.
Thrill Zone Friday.
Chewing up the competition.
Thrill Zone Friday.
Adrenaline pumping, bone crunching.
Thrill Zone Friday.
Action that never stops. The battle you can't miss. Thrill Zone Friday on TNN.
Well, the Amoco Knoxville Nationals are one of the wildest weekends you'll find in sprint car racing anywhere. And poor Dale Blaney, who was very sore from a heavy crash last night, now sees an engine let go as he is done for the night here tonight on this Friday night. Let's check in with Dave Reef, who's standing by with Dale Blaney.
I am, and he's obviously very disappointed, trying to salvage a little bit here tonight, and things just didn't go your way, Dale. What happened to the motor?
I don't know what happened to it. I don't know. We've just been a struggle here this week. So I've made a lot of mistakes, and so we'll just maybe see if we can get something fixed and come back tomorrow.
How disappointed are you? Sounds like you're devastated.
Well, I mean, hey, it's the biggest race of the year, you know, and you want to do good for everybody. You know, Junior and Jan Holbrook, they got me a great race car, and I want to do good for them and sponsors, and it just looks like it's not going to happen much this week, but you know, we got one more night.
Brad, you know, you can see the expressions on Dale's face. You talk to a lot of drivers who have suffered frustrations here. And they say it will linger with you for an entire year if you struggle with Knoxville.
It does. It really does. And that's going to work on Dale for a while. It's such an important race. I mean, people think, well, they shouldn't react that way, and then they're disappointed or whining. I mean, this is very, very important to these guys.
And you'll get to see Dale's run for the $100,000 tomorrow with TNN's live coverage of the 39th Annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Make sure you tune in. We're back to green. Chesson giving chase on Hansen, and look at the drive off the corner, Brad.
Got a hold of that moisture coming out of 2 and just drove right on by. And there he is again, right in the middle of the racetrack. He found a groove right up off of the black shiny stuff down in 3 and 4.
And he really squeezed Hansen into the corner, didn't he, too? And there's Barry Hill in the 66 of Trop Arctic car. And up top is the 12 machine coming along to challenge. I believe that's Don Trout Jr. Barry Hill holds on to the 4th position right now on the bottom in the 66 car, the black and yellow machine.
But the 12 passed him, and we got a car upside down in turn 2.
Yep, there's a good look at it. It's the 16. I think that's Cal Hertzon's machine.
I believe that bank might have done the same thing to him that we saw Jared Hall earlier. Just tripped over that.
And Dale Blaney had the same problem down there.
Yeah, but these guys laid it over on the side in the wing, kind of holding the car up there. A little fuel running out.
Cal got a win at Skagit Speedway in Washington 1 week ago, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. He's 5th in the points up there and runs 360s and 410s at Skagit. These cars weigh in when they come to Knoxville. They throw everything out, and they come in at about 1,100 pounds. In fact, some of the guys will say in qualifying trim they can get down to about 1080 or 1090. And if you're not packing somewhere over 800 horsepower, forget about it. Your chances for the 100,000 are not going to happen.
Yeah, realistically, you might as well not be here going for the big money if you don't have a big motor in that thing for this week. And yeah, we've talked about the lightweight race cars, but they go on an ultralight diet for this race.
Bobby Gerald.
Well, it's time to check in once again with Tyler Walker, who we saw at the top of the show. But Tyler, it's been a long wait since then. You've only been on the racetrack once. What'd you learn in hot laps?
Well, we only got about one lap because the car crashed, and we're running a little late on schedule, so we don't have much time out there. So we're kind of going out in the dark, but we're just going to take what we learned last night and go from there.
We talked earlier about your new deal. You're going to be doing some stock car racing coming up. It's very exciting news. Tell me right now, as we were talking with your father, Bob, yesterday, he said that racing was the one thing that he never took away from you as a kid. When you were acting up, doing this or that, he always let you to get back behind the wheel of a race car.
Yeah, I guess he knew that maybe this was my fate or something, you know, but I just got to thank the guys at Tyler Jet Motorsports, Tim Beverly, car owner, and Buddy Cisco is going to be my crew chief, and just everybody down there giving me a chance of a lifetime, and I'm going to make the best of it and prove to them guys that, you know, us open wheel drivers are awesome, and hopefully open up some doors for some of these other sprint car drivers.
All right, tell me about the A-scramble tonight. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, we got 12 laps to go out there and pass. I got to start in the back because they invert 10 cars, and we're second in points right now, so I think we start 9th, and just got to pass about 3 or 4 cars and try not to do anything too crazy and keep car in one piece and go tomorrow night.
And that is very important, Ralph. As you know, we have seen some A-scrambles where guys have gotten into trouble and had to rebuild cars on the day of the Nationals finals.
We sure have, Bobby. And by the way, that's a 5-year deal for Tyler Walker with folks at Tyler Jet. He will join Rich Bickle, who will run the Tyler Jet Winston Cup entry, and he will be their Busch Grand National driver. Hey, we've got more exciting American Speed Association action coming for you later this month on TNN. They'll be making their traditional stop at the Milwaukee Mile for more AC Ducko Challenge Series Points Championship competition. See the Time Warner Cable 200 Sunday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern and Pacific right here on TNN Motorsports. More Pennzoil World of Outlaws when we come back right after this.
These vehicles and yours. That's the Mopar difference.
Professors, behold my newest discovery.
I believe that's already been invented.
Well, I've discovered a way to get all long-distance calls for only 99 cents.
Impossible.
It's true. Dial 1010-220 and talk up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents.
And if you talk longer?
It's just 9 cents a minute after that.
What about fees or contracts?
They don't exist. It's flawless.
It's your best work yet.
I know.
Discover 1010-220.
All across America, we're there to see you through. The moment just a man, change your name and Jiffy Lube.
Racing is hard on cars. Always has been. So is everyday city driving. Jiffy Lube makes it easy to take care of your car, and they offer Pennzoil. Just drive in, drive out, drive on.
We're more than just another change your name and Jiffy Lube. Drive in, drive out, drive on.
Hey guys, when did you see the light?
On our last fishing trip? It just flashed over me. Stay at Motel 6. Hey, I'm no fool. Saved big bucks and slept like a baby.
Yeah, like a big old snoring baby.
Well, call us and see the light for yourself.
Sharpen your aim on a show devoted to shooting sports and competitions. Plus, you'll see profiles of firearms that help shape the course of American history. It's all an American Shooter. Saturday morning at 11 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors.
Welcome back to the 39th Annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals on the home of the Knoxville Nationals, TNN Motorsports. You're looking live down on top of the half mile here at the Marion County Fairgrounds. There is your leader, James Chesson. in the 22C. Right behind him, Kenny Hansen, Brad Furr, Aaron Berryhill, Don Drought. So we get set to go back to green. This is scheduled for 20 laps. Cheston's going to come off the bottom. Boy, he gets a big jump too, Brad.
Boy, sure did. Roll right around that bottom, got a hold of moisture. Good job for the inexperience.
Look at the battle for third as Drought goes way upstairs. Everybody else has been on the bottom, and he just comes rocketing around the top. Gets past Berryhill and Hansen, takes over third, and now goes to work on Furr. Boy, he's got it hooked up upstairs.
Well, what happens there a lot of times, Ralph, on a restart, again, it takes everybody a lap or so to get up to speed, and they were kind of down on the bottom, and he got a good run around the top and got his momentum up there. And now he's going to go to the bottom. He'll slide up and take the line away. That famous sprint car slide job, but he about jumped the cushion there and had to back out of the throttle for a minute.
That's going to bring Furr back in, and he's got to get off the gas and on the brake real quick.
Yeah.
Hansen slides back up in the black and blue, number 4.
Hansen did what he had to do going into 3. He moved to the bottom to block Furr there. You saw Furr, the car get a little upset when he had to get out of the throttle so abruptly, and that slams the left rear corner down, gets the car loose a little bit, and you don't want to do that.
Tim Monson, I believe, in the 1, joining this fight as well. The white car.
James Cheston, our leader out front, another young guy, which we need. But well, I tell you, I got mixed emotions about Tyler Walker leaving. We don't need the young guys to be leaving the World of Outlaws.
That's Travis Cram. I take that back in the 1S. It looked like it was a 1W. I believe that's 1S, yep. Travis Cram.
And look, he's got a shark deal painted on the hood, similar to what Bobby Allen used to always, like shark's teeth on the hood. I don't know if that's where they got it, but that looks pretty neat for Travis. He just picked this ride up a couple weeks ago. He was here. He led the A-main here at Knoxville last week till like 3 or 4 to go and had a tire problem. Ended up 4th. Good race out of Washington. He cruised for Jeff Swindell a few years ago.
Cheston continues to lead this one. And you see him. And Furr, or Drought, I should say, in the 12. The red car runs in second. The car in between him is the 02X. That's Mike Reinke. That is a lap car. There's your leader.
Boy, what a morale booster for James after that injury and things to come out here and win this A-main. Boy, he's doing a great job. He's keeping the car real straight, but
that gap's closing, Brad.
Yeah, 12 car catching him.
In a hurry, too. Look at this. Here comes Drought upstairs. He's really working well up in the loose stuff.
Oh, look at all this traffic.
But nowhere to go.
Oh, and Cheston got pinched behind the slow car getting in.
I think that's the 45 of Ricky Logan, the yellow car that blocked Cheston. Drought now tries to deal with Bonini Jr., gets around him, and Drought is going to check out.
A lot of racing laps, especially at this racetrack, and the inexperience of Cheston showed there a little bit. You cannot hesitate in lap traffic. You got to find the line and get around there as quick as you can, but there's Travis Cram doing an excellent job on the outside.
He's in third and moving up.
He started like in second from the last row of this race. He is flying.
Started 18th, or make that 17th to Travis Cram.
Final lap, man, he is doing a great job.
Coming around to the checkered flag to take the win will be Don Drought as he powers off the upstairs portion of turn 4 to Doug Clark's checkered flag. Cheston comes home in second. Travis Cram comes home in third. And fourth will go to the number 2 car, Brad Furr. So that is the A-main coming to a conclusion here tonight on this Friday night before the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Well, Bobby Gerald, Don Drought did a fantastic job.
Yes, he did, and he'll be a guy to be reckoned with tomorrow night in the C-main. And here's a guy who might have something to say in tomorrow night's Nationals final, and that's Lance DeWeese. He did a heck of a job last night. You're qualified 14th. How's that sit with you?
Well, that's pretty good right now. We messed up a little bit last night in our heat race and put us in the back of the feature, but we come back up through and got locked ourselves in. But I tell you what, we're feeling pretty good right now, and if we make a couple right changes, we're going to put that Don Ott power plant up front and show them what we can do.
All right, well, good luck to you tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
Dave Reed?
Bobby, I'm down with the crew chief. He knows a little bit about getting around this racetrack. Carl Kinzer, the crew chief on Team Mopar. You got to like your position here, starting third in this scramble. What do you got for him?
Well, we've been rained on and about chilled on tonight. The weather's real cold, so everybody thinks going with a softer tire to only 12-lap race. But we're up front, and hopefully we can finish there and gain some positions in tomorrow night's race. But everything's been going pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you. Carl Kinzer. He's going to be on the gas tomorrow. You know, here's a look at the results on the gas spinning wrenches. Trout, Chesson, Cranford, and Hansen, your top 5 there. Well, Tyler Walker's announcement was just one of the many that have been rocketing around the Pennzoil World of Outlaws as you take a look at the Victory Lane action here with Don Drought after the A-main comes to a conclusion. Some really large things happening for the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Speedway Motorsports Incorporated has announced this past week they will have a total of 8 Pennzoil World of Outlaw races in the year 2000. Don going up onto the big wing. 4 of those will come at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. They will build a big 4/10 of a mile racetrack there. They'll run in May in conjunction with the Winston Cup date, the Coca-Cola 600, and they will run in October with the UAW GM 500 in October. And we will run 2 nights in the Texas Motor Speedway in April in conjunction with the Winston Cup date there, and 2 nights with the IRL cars. And we will also have a support series for the Pennzoil World of Outlaws, Brad.
Yeah, Ted Johnson starting in team or Bush level like the Winston Cup.
A second tier.
Yeah, a second to give some of the younger guys a place to run. Plus, when they run, Ted runs these TV races, all those guys will be there to fill the fields, have a good car count. I tell you, it is so exciting what is happening when these big motor speedways, super speedways, want the World of Outlaws sprint cars. It's just incredible.
And that support series will run 410 powered cars to the same specs as the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. And they will have their own series sponsor. More to come on that in the future. Bobby?
And here's Don Drought, who has just taken home a victory here, and a huge smile on his face. Man, Don, you were hooked up there on the top of the racetrack.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I hadn't won a race here all summer, and I was beginning to wonder if I was ever going to get to win one again. But like I said, Mike Roebuck called me this week, and we put this deal together on Sunday. I wasn't even going to come to the Nationals, and so I couldn't be happier now.
You're locked in now to, a 6th-row starting spot for tomorrow night in the C-main, and you're going to have a lot of cars to pass, and they won't be transferring too many of them.
No, but, I mean, we race here weekly. I mean, even though it's the first time him and I have been together, and I think if that deal slicks off tomorrow, we can pass some cars.
I believe you can. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Craig. That's Don Drought, Dave Reef.
I'm down with Craig Delansky, Bobby, who's got a very unique opportunity, chance here to take 2 checker flags in one day. Have you given that much thought, Craig?
Well, I tell you what, we really hope for that, but there's a lot of good cars in this race, and we'll go as hard as we can here and see what we can get.
Team's really turned around here after really what's been a struggle a little bit. Running with the World of Outlaws, you got down to 1 motor, and you pulled the range back a little bit and started running Knoxville, and you've got a couple wins.
Yeah, we don't have the equipment to run with the Outlaws right now. We're trying to get a primary sponsor for this team. Polydome helped me get this team built, and we're just until we can get the equipment to run out there competitively with the Outlaws and have the motors and things that we need, we pull back and we're just running shows wherever right now.
He will start 5th in the A-scramble.
Craig Delansky getting ready. There's a good look at the big crowd that is gathered here on the front straightaway of the half mile. The A-scrambles coming up, which will set up the lineup for the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals on Saturday night live here on TNN. Stay with us to see where Craig Delansky will be at.
The same passion and dedication that drive our racing programs also drive the way we create parts for high-performance vehicles and high-performing vehicles like yours. Mopar, great parts for great vehicles on the track and in your driveway. That's the Mopar difference.
Want temporary relief from athlete's foot itch? Use this. Want the cure? Use this. FungaCure Gel, the powerful antifungal medicine in a vanishing gel. It's quick drying and non-greasy. Get FungaCure Gel, the cure for athlete's foot.
There's nothing like the way I feel after a good night's sleep. That's why I love my Tylenol PM. For me, there's just no reason to have trouble sleeping. I take Tylenol PM before bed. It stops my pain and helps me sleep. So I'm ready for another great day.
Here's a great offer on 2 of Diamond P's all-new videos. Call 1-800-507-6800 and take your pick of Racing's Great Escapes. It's jam-packed with some of motorsports' most outrageous wrecks, and in every hair racing incident, the driver gets out alive. Or Wheels in the Sky, a gravity-defying collection that'll take you up, up, and sometimes over, as some of drag racing's all-time greats take their machines vertical and beyond. Order either video for $14.99 or save $2 if you order both within the next 30 minutes. It's the perfect gift. Call 1-800-507-6800 and order by credit card or send check or money order to the address on your screen. The clock is ticking on this special offer. Call now.
Not a soul has left here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals with one race yet to go on this Friday night before the big Saturday and the $100,000 payoff. You can hear the cars behind me. They're already out for the A race that will score more points, or last time to score points in this scramble for starting positions tomorrow. It's none like the channel lock dash you see in a lot of our shows, where the finishing order is how they start the A main tomorrow. Not necessarily. It's all based on points. The driver who wins here will get a good start, but not necessarily the pole route, J.E.
Well, you know, Steve, this system that they have here at Knoxville for the Amoco Knoxville Nationals is a little tricky to figure out, but Danny Lasowski right now is the top points guy as you go on board with him coming into tonight's race. The driver, the Beef Packers, Tom Johnson's machine.
And we saw what happened last year in this scramble. Tore up a lot of good top race cars, so hopefully everybody's got that in the back of their mind, and especially going into that first turn, everybody's going to take it just a little bit easy.
Bobby Gerald, what do you have?
I'm with James Chess, and the 18-year-old who just ran second in the feature event. Nice run, James. You proud of yourself?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I struggled a little bit yesterday, and, you know, I got out there today, and I was feeling pretty good. And once that middle came in about halfway through the race, you know, that kind of set it. And I was all right from there on, I think, you know. It was kind of tough, but...
You did a fantastic job. We're going to run. We're getting ready for the A-scramble. We'll see you again tomorrow night. He's going to be one of the young Chargers to watch for a long time, Ralph.
Sure is, Bobby. Here is your lineup for the Channel Lock A-scramble. Sammy Swindell and Frankie Kerr in row 1. Mark Kinzer and Kevin Gobrak in row number 2. Craig Dolansky and Lance Blevins will make up row number 3. Fourth row is Donnie Schatz and Joey Saldana. Tyler Walker and Danny Lasowski will line up alongside of each other in row 5. So the heavy hitters coming from the back row, Dave Reef.
Ralph, earlier we paid homage to Superman, Steve Kinzer, but believe it or not, there's actually one guy who leads him in a couple of statistical categories here at the Nationals. Sammy Swindell this year is competing in his 26th Nationals, amazingly making the A 23 times. Pretty good odds.
And he's got a lot to think about all year long from last year, doesn't he, from here as we go on board with Danny?
The last 2 years that weren't good to him here, that's for sure.
We're going to go on board with Danny as you see the start for the Channel Lock A-scramble from on board the Dude's car. We're green. Danny drops down to the bottom. Sammy Swindell takes the lead going into turn number 3. Kevin Gobrak in the Amoco number 93 runs in second. Here comes Mark Kinzer's Mopar car on the bottom, fighting for third. He's got it. Frankie Kerr in the shop number 23 moves back to fourth, and Lasowski comes up into fifth.
Yeah, Frankie car just too loose there to run. There's Gobrak up top. Now we're back on with Dana Lasowski.
You're running at speed in fifth position down the front straightaway at Knoxville. Sammy on the bottom.
There goes Gobrak with the momentum on the outside. Oh, about tagged the wall.
The G-man upstairs, Bobby Gerald, as Sammy Swindell hugs the bottom.
And as we talked about earlier, Gobrak coming off that $100,000 Big One victory. But let's talk about his crew chief, Kenny Woodruff. That was the third year in a row that he's won the $100,000 with 3 different drivers. And Sammy and Gobrak are going at it right now. This is fun.
And their fourth $100,000 payday, because don't forget, Dave Blaney won the HBO and the Knoxville Nationals 1 year, 2 weeks apart from each other. Yep. So they're kings of the $100,000 victories these days.
They're not running hard. When Sammy hauled that thing into 3, it actually picked the right.
Oh, Gobrak hit the fence. Gobrak smacked the backstretch fence coming up with 2. Lasowski's on the charge as well. Look at this. Here he comes flying up through the field. There he is. Danny runs in third. He's in front of Mark Kinzer, who holds on to fourth. There just in front of him.
Danny running that same bottom line that he won on with last year here at the Nationals.
That is Lasowski's key to this speedway. He says the bottom is the way to go for him. He has this raceway figured out on the bottom. But if the bottom's not there, Brad, he could be out to lunch. If the top is a quick way, as it is for Mark Kinzer right now in the Mopar car.
Just get out there and get that momentum going. You can just roll that corner. On the bottom, you got to stop, and it's a fine line. If you shake the car a little bit too much and get the car too loose, you can't get the tires to kick back up and get traction again.
There you see Mark Kinzer coming up off the right shoulder of Danny Lasowski. You can see Danny working the wheel. Now, we've also saw that bottom groove bite a couple of guys. It knocked Dale Blaney right out of the race by getting too low down there. Now, Danny moves upstairs, and Kinzer comes across the front.
Again, you can see the shine on the racetrack as Danny goes back down to the bottom trying to make that work. You can see how high that berm is there.
No problems for Sammy Swindell on this night. He's got the channel lock #1 cooking. Boy, this is a great battle here between Lasowski and Kinzer.
Well, that's the thing about sprint car races, you saw Gobrecht and Sammy battling like that. That's just for a couple minor, measly points, you might think. That's how important the Nationals are. But, I mean, you think they might back off and let the other one go rather than crash the race car. But in a sprint car, that's what it is. Sprint car racing, you go as hard as you can every lap.
So Lasowski now starts to widen the gap between him and the 5M of Mark Kinzer. Danny's still running in third. Sammy Swindell starting to work up onto some slower traffic.
That's Lance Blevins there in the 21 car. Sammy makes it easy, goes up, takes the line.
Amy Swindell, Sammy's wife, watching as the white flag is out for slamming Sammy. 1 to go.
You could read Amy's lips there, white flag. She just... If Sammy could hear it, she's telling him to hang on. Look how close they have to run the wall to keep that tire up in the moisture.
Look at the elbows working.
Look at this, the last lap, and he's running just as hard as he did the first lap.
Flat out to the checkered flag. Sammy Swindell takes the win. Kevin Gobrecht, the Emeco car, takes second. Here's a great battle between Tyler Walker in the 35 and Donnie Schatz in the 15. Tyler will get the position. As we come to the checkered flag, they will finish off Swindell, Gobrecht, Lasowski, the top three. Mark Kinzer comes home in fourth. Tyler Walker will take fifth. Donnie Schatz right behind him in sixth. So the channel lock #1 is slamming Sammy Swindell. Picks up a few more points.
You know, again, remember, people, just because Sammy won this dash doesn't necessarily mean he'll be on the pole tomorrow night. We have to figure out the points and...
Danny Lasowski, we're told, Brad, the dude will be on the pole as the top points man going into the Nationals. You are riding on board right now with the car that will start in the #1 slot for the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals.
Well, Danny started this race in high points on the tail. Got up there and got third. Made sure he guaranteed his spot on the front row.
Danny has always said you have to be lucky as well as good to win in Knoxville. You have to get all the points you possibly can. Dude, congratulations. You did what you had to do. The work is over. Go get the money now.
Professors, behold my newest discovery.
I believe that's already been invented.
But I've discovered a way to get all long-distance calls for only 99 cents.
Impossible.
It's true. Dial 10-10-220 and talk up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents.
And if you talk longer?
It's just 9 cents a minute after that.
What about fees or contracts?
They don't exist. It's flawless.
It's your best work yet.
I know.
Discover 10-10-220.
Hey there. Now I got something here that's downright fun. My popcorn chicken. Crunchy morsels of tender white meat. It's back for a limited time. Just $1.99. Go Colonel. Go Colonel. At KFC, we do chicken right.
Hey, pal, when did you see the light?
I was working away from home. On my own dime, it's crazy to stay anywhere but Motel 6. I could take the extra money and invest it in something.
Yeah, like pizza.
Call us and see the light for yourself.
Get ready to take a trip in the great outdoors. You'll go to a wide variety of places to hunt, fish, or camp, all in one show. Don't miss Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World. Saturday at 1 Eastern on TNN Outdoors.
More channels.
More choices.
More of what you really want.
Introducing Suburban Digital Cable. Now receive more channels and more choices for as little as $5.95 a month. More movies. More sports.
More family programming.
And when you purchase HBO, Showtime, or Starz, you can receive up to 5 additional premium channels free. With Suburban Digital Cable, there's no expensive dish equipment or rooftop antenna to buy, and you'll receive 8 channels of front row pay-per-view. More choices. More channels.
More movies.
Digital picture and sound. Suburban Digital Cable.
No matter where you are, no matter where you go. It's great to know your pager is a part of the largest fiber optic network of its kind. That's why the same company that keeps you connected to the most important people in the world can keep you connected to the most important people in your life.
This is a good thing.
Call 800-885-BEEP and welcome to paging from Suburban Cable. It's great to be connected.
Night 3 of the Amoco Knoxville Nationals is now history, and what a fitting way to cap it off. Just a crackerjack race. Sammy Swindell in the #1 Channel Lock car, looking much like the Sammy Swindell that won the 50 grand at the King's Royal. That kind of Earl Garrity horsepower is present tomorrow. Oh, look out. Sammy could be double dangerous. He's right now with Bobby Joe.
And Steve Evans, he has moved closer to the front of the field, too. And, Sammy, that's exactly what you wanted to do there.
Well, you know, that was a situation where we had to win, and, you know, we couldn't back up. So, I was working pretty decent on the bottom. I didn't know just how good the track, you know, if it was going to hold up or not. I seen the guys right there at the end of that last one run the top. So, wasn't going to move up there till I seen somebody. But, you know, just got to thank everybody there at Channel Lock. And the stealth car it's been working good. We've just had problems, you know, during the year. And the guys at Gertie Engines have really been hustling, trying to get us some stuff going. And, you know, just everybody with the red line oil and Goodyear tires were great. You know, we just got to keep plugging away. You know, the car's been up at the front, and we just got to get it to finish some more races.
Congratulations to you, Sammy. Dave Reef is standing by with another one of the A-scramble competitors. Dave?
And he is none other than Danny Lasowski. The B-Packer 83 car will start on the pole tomorrow night. Danny, you've won the battle now. Can you win the war again?
I tell you what, we've got a really good car. Bob Westfall built us a fantastic engine. Jerry Russell built us a great car. It's all up to me now. The pressure's off. The big deal was getting qualified, and I can't thank my guys for working their tail off like they have. And I think if, good Lord willing, we might be able to pull another one off.
Now, will you be able to sleep tonight, though? You say the pressure's off, but, boy, I'll tell you what, there's a lot on the line still.
Oh, there really is. But to tell you the truth, they can have the money. I want another trophy.
Danny Lasowski laying the gauntlet down for tomorrow night's A-Main.
Well, I think that pretty much says it all right there, Brad. I mean, you saw Sammy. Hard to believe he's only won it one time, 1983. Sammy Swindell found victory lane here at the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Danny puts a point on it as well. I don't want the money. I just want a second trophy. I'm sure Sammy feels exactly the same way.
That's how important it is. In the last 2 years, Sammy Swindell's had bad luck. The year before last, Mark ran over him when the yellow came out. Last year, he lost on the last lap. He broke lead in the big one last week for $100,000. He wants this one pretty bad. Maybe it's his year.
You know, I don't think any of us have seen a better sprint car race than we saw here last year for the 38th Amoco Knoxville Nationals, and it was right between Danny Lasowski and Sammy Swindell and Jack Haudenschild coming down to the finish. We're going to do it all again tomorrow night, right here for sprint car racing's biggest event, the 39th annual Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Don't miss any of it. It all starts at 9 Eastern and Pacific, right here on TNN.
All sports now broken out by category. For movie lovers, you'll find complete descriptions, running times, and more for cable and broadcast movies. And our exclusive section for premium services, too. TV Host Weekly. It's new. It's improved. And just for Suburban Cable subscribers. Call today. Check it out.
The following is a special presentation of TNN Motorsports.